All right, so here we go, guys. Giants of the Starforge. Welcome. We start this adventure in a medium-sized town of Kras, nestled in the heart of the high forest. As each of you arrive, you enter the tavern at the main crossroads of the town. The exterior boasts of a sturdy wooden structure with a thatched roof, adorned with a weathered signboard labeling it the Purple Bucket. Warm light spills out from the windows into the darkness of the streets, inviting weary travelers and curious adventurers to step inside. And that's exactly what you do. Upon entering, you are greeted by a cozy interior featuring timber beams overhead and a polished stone floor underfoot. The air is filled with a smoky musk as you notice a lit fireplace across the tavern. At a quick glance around, you see there are hunting trophies, tattered flags from far off lands, maps of different areas, hinting at the tavern's storied past. Numerous round tables fill the center of the tavern, booths along the sides, a small stage in one corner, and not only one, but two target boards, a few daggers in one, and hand axes in the other. And then you notice the long bar at the back wall. The atmosphere is vibrant yet relaxed. The musician is playing a lively tune on the piano. Most patrons are engaging in friendly games of dice or cards. Some are just chatting and drinking. You think to yourself, if only all towns could be like this. As you sit down to get a drink or a meal, you begin to wonder why it is called the Purple Bucket. So now that's the setting for you guys. If there's anything in particular that you would like to do, you can interact with people, players, get a drink. If you're here for in town for certain reasons, this would be the time to um, investigate, I guess, would be a good
Absolutely.
term.
Okay.
Are you
So
okay if I move my character really
Yeah,
quick?
yeah, or you
yeah.
can move your
Okay, I
character all
think
around.
I
Well,
think
and
he would probably be in this corner over here to be able to watch the entrance.
very
So
cool. And just as a
Okay,
general
yeah,
question, since the way the scene is laid out, have we all kind of been here for a little bit at this point, or because it was described as if we were just coming
yeah.
in, I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, so that's kind of the tough thing, right? So
Hmm.
I'm putting you all in here. You're not
Yeah,
arriving all at the same
yeah,
time, though,
that's what I mean.
unfortunately.
Okay, so but the
So
intention is this is kind of like a set period of say 30 minutes after the last person walked in the door or something.
yeah, pretty much, I would say
Okay,
so.
very cool.
So you
Yeah,
can put
just
yourself wherever you want to.
hmm yeah. No, I think that this table works well for me. If anyone else wants to move, I'll give you some time. Okay, seeing no tokens move.
I moved mine to the front door. I'm
No,
just
you're good.
coming in.
It's just in that
Okay.
case, I have a little bit to start with. So anyone that's kind of nearby of the characters that we're playing might hear under this character's breath, but yes, all right, I know, I hate this part, but okay. And this guy just gets up and he walks over to the bar and tries his best to just catch a bartender's attention.
What? There we go. Yes, sir. What can I
So
get you today?
as the bartender approaches, you'd see this gentleman kind of look at the. I'm assuming this is a dwarf down to my right over here,
all of you do
This
left
it.
of
thing
my
is really
character, right
messed
of
up.
my.
Yes, that's a door.
Okay,
That's racist.
so he kind of looks over and just I'm tries to generally suss up what this guy's drinking. Looks to his right and sees the other guy at the corner who he's assuming I'm assuming is also drinking. And basically just says to the bartender, well, I guess just one of theirs and one of his, and one ale for me if you could, and pointing to those two respective gentlemen.
Uh, which guys are you pointing to?
The dwarf and
Yep.
this gentleman at the end, who I'm assuming is also drinking.
Yeah, some commoner guy.
Okay.
Okay. He's like, you you coming in and you're gonna buy ales for them? No problem. Right away.
Yeah, and you can kind of see that um, any of you who are paying attention at this point, this person who's asked for the three drinks just kind of nods when those questions are asked, and when the guy gets the drinks, he just kind of already has a coin purse in hand. Just and how much do I owe you?
pay at the end. Are you all done? Is that all
No,
you're gonna
no,
order?
actually,
Just
it will be. And he just kind of turns and looks around the room. There's a potential for a lot more. Just turns back. Yeah, no, keep the tab open. And just takes the drink that the dwarf has first and starts sliding it over towards him, and then just takes the other two and holds like his in his right hand and the other one in his left hand. And he walks up to the dwarf first and just um
uh, before you go, what's your name?
oh Argento.
Argento. Got it. Hey,
Hell,
Marge. Argento. Big tab. Okay.
so he just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, well, kind of used to that, honestly. Hello, sir. Might I inquire a few things from you? I'm willing to offer the next round on me if you'd answer.
What is it that you want?
I'm just new to the area and hoping you could fill me in on a thing or two. Do you mind?
Uh, okay. That ails for me.
Slides it to him. Absolutely.
All right. You get 4 questions.
Four, you said?
Yep.
So, being one of your race, I assume you have heard news of this Star Forge in the area?
Oh yeah, the Starforge. I've heard of it.
So,
Three and a half more questions.
thank you, sir. So, I guess, what have you seen of its productions?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Is there potentially anyone in town who, might know something?
Uh, Something as in any items that have been crafted by it.
Yes, or even just the capacity of what the forge can craft.
The Forge can craft anything. The problem is, a red dragon has decided to keep its lair there.
Hmm.
So, for, I don't know, I've been here for about 50 years.
Oh, shit.
50 years at least the dragon's been there. I would say probably twice as long before that.
Hmm. Yes, well, disheartening, but that is more than enough to answer what I was hoping to hear. Enjoy your drink. And at that point, he's just going to kind of walk away and head over to this guy, but I don't want to take up too much, so if anyone else wants to do anything. I will note, as he passes this new patron at the bar, he would look to see if he has ordered any drinks, and if he has, he's probably going to order another one of them as he goes back to the bartender.
Yeah, by the love of Lafanda, whose leg do I hit to hump to get a goddamn drink around here?
Um, I mean, you can hump mine if you want. You still have to pay for the drink.
Yeah, shit, is that how it works around here? Been a while. Last time I came through this town, there wasn't a bar here.
It's you, you've been you've been gone that long. Have you lived in the town? Or
Oh,
just came through?
for the life of me, I thought I was only gone for a couple days, but apparently it's been a century.
Yeah, I mean the town's gotten bigger, so that's what happens when you live near the Starforge Mountains and that monastery that weirdos go to.
Looking around the bar, just like, yeah, sir, give me something stiff, eh?
Kind of looks down, looks back
Oh,
at
now between
you.
your legs, you bloody idiot. What's the stiffest drink you got?
Oh, well, we have ale.
All right,
It's not really stiff.
it'll bloody do.
As you're
Now,
yelling at this man, you just hear the loudest sip come from an owl sitting on the corner.
All right, fuck you all.
So, just as a way to kind of potentially truncate the unimportant bits, Fred, this gentleman
yep.
on the corner would be asked roughly the same questions as the dwarf was. Would I get anything that is more valuable information?
No, you'd probably just get that.
Perfect. So,
They haven't
Well,
heard of any weapons being made. I guess this guy would say there is a blacksmith in town, if that's what you're looking for.
okay, it is good to know. Um, so yeah, so just while this new gentleman is ordering his drink and getting all that, Argento would realize he hasn't touched his own ale, so he would just kind of sidle up next to him and just kind of put it on the bar. And since he already gave the second drink that he ordered to the gentleman he just left, and just slide it over and hi, you can have this one if you don't want to wait. It's been untouched.
I appreciate it, mate. Shotgun the ale. I'll wait for another one either way.
Just aghast at like, okay, if you don't mind, could I maybe implore, do you know anything about the Star Forge?
The fuck is that?
Okay, wasted drink. He just kind of like walks back to the other side and goes to see if he can catch the bartender's eye again at some point.
Yeah. Oh, it's the big spender. Yeah, another 3 rounds.
Just the one, I guess, for now, until I figure out who's next.
Okay. He gets one for you. Gives one to Chris's character. Chris, what's your character name?
Emery's.
Emrys. Okay. I will try to fuck up everyone's names every single time I say them.
Good.
Good.
As it should be. Proper D&D.
Uh, Octavius, you have the barmaid comes
That's gonna
over.
be so weird. Sorry,
What's
continue.
weird?
Because Rick's campaign on Octavius.
Oh,
Is
okay.
it really?
Yes, that is correct. No, Claw's campaign, not mine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Claw's campaign.
Yeah.
So the barmaid comes over to your table and do you want some food? Do you want some drink? Do you just want to sit here?
I can't do the mask thing while having this thing on.
Just put your. I don't know what
I
you
know,
mean.
I know. I had a mask on, it wasn't working. Just some sort of
Get a cup.
meat, and I have a cup here. It didn't sound good. Some sort of meat would be fine. I'm just observing for the time being. I might go get some beer.
Okay. And she'll run off.
You see him writing. He's a large man in the corner, and he's writing in an indescribably small notebook. Like,
Okay. Yep, so we got some people listening to music. Mallow. What's your character's name?
Mallow.
Is it Mallow?
It's just Mallow.
Harrison?
Jacqueline, if I remember correctly.
Jacqueline Hakar.
Jacqueline? Okay.
Jacqueline.
So the bartender comes over to this side of the bar here. He goes, "Whoo! Whoo! What do you want?"
I just.
To just get your attention. He does that.
So, in doing that, by the way, making hoot sounds, you very clearly watch as Argento's head just snaps up and looks around. He's suddenly excited.
The fuck you say about my mother?
I lived.
Oh,
You
you.
s-
It
He
walks a
lifts up-
step back over towards Emery's in the meantime.
He lifts up the cup and just goes, bark, and then sets it back down.
Parker?
Just bark,
I don't-
bark, and then sets it down and doesn't, and just continues to like look at everyone in the room.
And I can't
Oh.
quite grasp his accent on that one, so I don't know what the fuck he just said.
So does he want some tree as he looks over at Emerus? Do you think he wants some tree pieces?
Mate, I think he's just fucking with you.
Oh, okay. So he goes and he gets a beer. I'll come around. Kitchen. Comes through.
Sir,
Drops off a beer.
you
Almost trips
didn't
over my
answer my
wings.
question about the Starforge, but you speak owl?
I speak a lot of things, kid. That's what
I
happens when you spend your time out in nature.
can I learn?
I don't know. You ever try?
I talk to animals all the time. They don't really talk back. My name is Argento, by the way. My sister. Do you go by anything?
Uh, back. What was my name again? Yeah, right. Emery's been a while. Kind of folk I could be keeping my time with. They don't really give a shit about names, so I haven't used it in God knows how long.
Well, it's good to meet you, Sir Emerys. Just leave it there for a minute.
Anything else, Harrison?
No, no, he's just gonna be watching everything that's going on. He's seeing
Okay.
if there's is there like a wanted board or anything that I would have seen in town or anything like that.
They
On my
they would
way.
have, yeah, like a town board that has things like job postings, the map of the area, that kind of stuff. But nothing as far as like criminals, like wanted
Okay.
in that sense.
Okay, I'll probably just be listening to see if anybody tries to start shit that I can somehow wangle a reward out of getting them dealt with for now.
Okay. So Octavius, the maid, comes over and gives you some nice beef stew.
Thank you. Is there someone I can speak to about finding a smith in town?
Oh, you're here for the blacksmith. Yes. He's gets many adventurers. That would be Theldon.
Do you know? I'm new to the area. Would you know whereabout he would be?
Uh, Theldon, his shop is Sacrificing Steel. It's right down the street. You just out these doors, take a left. It's about 6, 7 buildings down.
Awesome. Awesome. That's not what he would say. Thank you.
Awesome sauce, man.
That was entirely
All of a sudden,
me.
this guy's from the '90s.
What's
Tubular.
that? That's radical, man. Can you tell me what maybe
beans,
he
bro.
likes to eat? I can bring him a little snack. No.
Woogity woogity woogity. Actually, I think that show was made in the 2000s.
That's Aka Power.
Yeah, I know. Just had
Such a good show.
heavy '90s energy.
Oh, it did. I get
Oh God.
do you have any wine instead of beer?
We do have wine. Yes.
Some sort of earthy tannic red would be fantastic.
Red wine. You got it.
Yes.
Oh, what is the weird shit?
Anything else?
That is all. Thank you.
All right. She'll be doing her stuff. Anybody else?
So at this point, considering, I've at least met this gentleman Emery's, but I know he doesn't have the information I want. I'll grab another ale from the bartender.
Okay.
So number 5, I guess, and
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
walking off towards this crowd, over towards the stage. This lady is 30 feet, so I can technically make it. Or gentleman, yeah, it's
Yeah,
gentleman.
Doesn't really matter about.
So, as I approach, same kind of typical set of questions. Just, hi there. I'm from out of town, and I'm hoping I could gain some information. Trade this ale for a few questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of help I'm gonna be to you. This is the second night I'm in this town.
Oh, really? Well, what are you here for?
Well, I came for the blacksmith. He makes the best gear around. So
But
just waiting for my stuff to be done.
just gear, right? It's not like that Starforge that people sometimes rumor about.
Oh no, that would be great. But yeah, that's not happening anytime soon unless you're gonna kill a dragon.
Argento just sighs and, well, it's sounding more like I might have to try.
You're
Hey.
gonna kill a dragon by yourself. That's
Um,
all right.
Technically,
guy.
there is 2 of us, but regardless, thank you for the information. I guess if I had anything else to ask, it would just be, I, if you hear anything further about this dragon, please do inform me if you see me, since it's sounding like, again, I might have to. Yeah, never mind. And just kind of like turns and walks away, goes back to the bar.
So this guy's gonna like look around. He said there's 2 of you, so he's like looking to see if there's somebody else that you're with.
To be fair, I would
Doesn't
say
see anybody.
at this point, Argento would probably walk closer to Emery's than further because he's at least a familiar face and someone who speaks owl, which he's totally into. So,
Boy, Bruce, the fuck you doing 7 beer to everyone here, eh?
I'm just asking what they might know, and this stuff, and he just kind of like shakes his still barely touched container of ale. It loosens lips really good. Um, do you need a refill?
I mean, if you're paying, sure, I ain't gonna say no.
Just slams the container of ale that he's been holding down on the table in front of Emery's. Goes back to the bartender and just like orders another 2.
God damn, I came back to civilization at a great time.
I don't like drinking. You can have mine, but people seem to think it's weird if I give them one without having one.
Yeah, fuck that. When nature gives, you partake.
He just kind of like watches as you down the alcohol, grimaces a little at it, but otherwise takes his 2 new ones and just walks off again towards, the next closest person.
Hey, no drama, mate.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to say this. Before he goes, instead of going that way, he will say, as payment for the ale,
Oi,
would
are
you
you
help me?
free? Don't go double back on me now.
If I get you another one, will you help me talk owl to the owl person?
Mate, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I was
What?
fucking with everybody when I said that.
Oh, now you're a disappointment too.
Nah, it's called being honest and having a good bloody time.
Why is it the only things that don't disappoint are trees and animals? And then
Oh,
again,
it's 'cause they're
wanders
the only things that are
wanders
gonna be
off
there at
before
the end of
Emery's
time.
actually can answer.
Oi, fuck. Where'd he go?
All right. Yeah. So your red wine Octavius gets dropped off. It is not earthy in color. It is bright red. Not quite sure if it's made out of grapes.
Non-grape wine.
Non potentially non-grape wine there, Octavius.
Touch.
Fall asleep. All right.
Even the German guy only did that once.
It's okay. It's just another character with narcolepsy. It's fine.
I like how the stories of that even reached you. You weren't there for that point.
I know everything.
So, at this point, Fred, just to speed up again, are there any little bits of information that I might get from any of these general NPCs that is like more so than the smith is a good smith, the Starforge has the dragon? Like, I guess the further questioning would be in relation to like, has anyone tried to conquer the dragon? Um, if so, what were the forces like? And that's probably it.
Yeah. Not within not any recent time has somebody gone after
Yeah.
the dragon.
Yeah.
But giants are usually the creature to find if you want to go after dragons, right?
Yes, very true.
So that's what you would hear from people.
Okay. So they would
and you
actually
would
know that. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and you would hear too that there's the funny thing is that no one's really gone after the dragons because there's a monastery nearby that people go to become giant wrestlers.
Giant
People, like,
wrestlers?
Normal people go to wrestle giants, is the sort of rumor I hear? Or
Yes. Yes, they
Interesting.
learn to become wrestlers of giants.
Is that?
That's
Did
actually
this-
kind
did
of
this-
interesting. Okay.
Did
Hey,
this person
he's
say
back.
it next to Argento? Sorry. Yeah, I was making an actual drink.
So I would say, I definitely thank people for the any new information.
Yeah, the
If-
guy you're
I
next
guess-
to is a guard, so he
He
knows
would have
a
a pretty
little
good
bit
amount.
more.
Okay. So I guess with that much information, well, actually, let's even take a step back. Generalizing again, if I were to bring ale to like everyone else in this room that's an NPC, would I learn anything further? Really? I'm assuming
Probably
probably
not.
not.
That
Yeah.
would probably be like the
Okay.
most.
Argento
I think
probably
you would
still
get.
would do that, so I would say that the
Okay.
ale count goes up to another 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4. I see another 4 of them, I think. So
Right.
I'm at, I think, 5 already, so I'm up to 9, 10, somewhere around there, just if you're keeping track.
You're not going to
Um,
bring it to all the other players.
So
too?
at this point, well, the reason I'm trying to skip through NPCs is to have more reason to go to players. So at this point, I would probably bring an ale towards I've already seen the person in the corner served. I've seen the owl talk, so I'm gonna go to the person who hasn't talked yet. So I'll bring an ale in the direction of this horned person. I'm assuming those are horns.
Got me.
Yeah, that's fine. Hello there. My name is Argento. You might have noticed, but I'm kind of treating everyone to a round, sort of. Mind answering some questions in exchange for an ale?
No exchange needed. You can just converse per normal. Isn't the musician amazing?
He would look down at the drink that he's offered. Just, are you sure? 'Cause I got it for you.
No need, friend. Trust me. You are perfectly fine.
At this
I
point,
don't want
just
to drink it.
goes and like steps up onto the stage, puts the drink down on the piano and slides it across, and just like nods at the musician so they don't have to be interrupted, and then just like walks back and just.
The
If you're in-
musician will grab it as he's still playing with one hand, and you like the notes like haven't changed. Like the song, takes two hands, and he
Yeah,
just
yeah.
grabs it with one,
Still
and
playing
he's still
exactly
playing.
the same. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm
he
gonna give
starts
him a
drinking it.
small golf clap and be like, "Wonderful tip. That is the best thing you could have done."
Yeah, I figured if you didn't want it, but you liked the music, then in your place, I'll just tip. Regardless, so I don't know if you heard, but I've been kind of asking about the Starforge and the apparent dragon there. Any chance you know anything further?
Oh, I know no such thing. I know quite literally not much about this area other than maybe wildlife and well-being of humans and
Can
other people.
can you talk to owls?
Sadly, I cannot. I have seen my fair share of owl king around the around the road, but no, I don't know their language.
I want to talk to animals so bad.
You can talk to them, they just might not talk back.
I
Can
want
I
to
just state
understand
something?
animals so bad.
I just want to state this really quickly. There is no special owl language, and I know that,
Oh, of
that
course
you
not.
probably know that.
Oh
But I
no,
just think
yeah.
it's so great that this entire I
I'm
want to
100% clued in on this, sir. Why do you think my reaction was what it was?
Yeah, absolutely.
like
Yeah, absolutely. No, we're all
Jaquita's
planning up
is
for that
watching
exact
all of
purpose.
this, just like, what the shit is going on?
And realistically,
people
the better
are
part was
so
it
racist.
wasn't even you that started it. Yeah, it was the bartender, and everyone was just like, "Huh."
Oh
All
my
right, but
God.
regardless, yeah, at this point, Argento would just, kind of give you a nod and, well, if you learn anything more, or I guess since I'm at some point gonna have to maybe deal with it, wanna do something about the dragon, uh, find me, and then just like turns on heel and starts walking away.
Fair travels.
Returns
have
back
a-
to the bar.
I have a question, Fred. How tall are the ceilings in this place? Because my dude is obnoxious.
Yeah, they're like 9 feet tall. I saw
Oh,
your
so-
character's like seven something, right?
Yeah, let's say almost like
Yeah.
8 feet in armor. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like, and it's still on.
I mean, his knees are definitely hitting the
yeah,
underside of the
it's
table.
uncomfortably small, and he has
Yes.
the tiny book, and he's just like, yes, the wine is delicious. Thank
It-
you.
It would have been much better to sit in a chair, and that's why the maid
He was
comes over
seated
to
in
you
the
every
booth.
single time, just like looking at you like, what is wrong with this dude? Like you're visibly not comfortable.
As the owl that is 6.5 feet tall is in the
It's,
smallest
it's in the
corner.
booth. Yeah, on the other side.
We should have changed spots. Yeah. I'm gonna. All right. I'm gonna stand up now, and I'm gonna leave my. I guess my shield. Yeah, it's what it sounds like. It's surprisingly deft in the large armor. I'm gonna stand up, and I'm going to. Are we?
Knock the table
Are we?
over.
Do you care about movement right now or no?
No, not really.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna walk up and in between these two. And I'm gonna put my adorably small book in his. It's a regular moleskin book for reference. Is what he's using. He's just a large man. And I'm gonna lean over to Argento, lean down and go. I heard you asking questions about this Starforge.
He just kind of looks. Yeah.
as this hulking thing that's made out of metal comes up to you asking about a forge.
Hey, what fucking
I
unnatural monstrosity are you, mate? Pull up a drink.
I have a question. Are you human?
Are you the Starforge?
Are you the
If
Starforge?
how what are you
Yes. Yeah.
a possessed armor or
No, I am human. I enjoy the finer things in life,
God
just like
damn
you.
it,
And
I
I'm
thought I
have
finally found a clue.
no. But I do know that there's a smith we could. I'm trying to task with finding, and then finding the Starforge with him. So if you're looking for him or looking for
I
the forge,
honestly couldn't give two shits about the forge itself. I'm hoping someone can make me something with it, I guess.
You hear another very, very obnoxiously loud sip as an owl tries to drink beer out of a cup.
Just
uh,
like the beak and the tongue's coming out like.
This is gonna be a really weird oversight question, but Hutch, did you forget to select common as a language? You know?
I for whatever reason it just defaulted to stuff and didn't give me certain languages, so I don't know.
Oh man, you don't know
know-
anything. Anyone's been saying that.
You know Abyssal, Deep, and Halfling.
I don't know. I'm assuming common was supposed to be on there, but it weirded out when I was picking languages.
I think common is only there if you are something that would learn common. Because you're Warforged, you might have to select it as a chosen language. I
It
guess
didn't
go
give me an
see
option
go
to pick
see if it's
it,
available
so
would be the only thing. Yeah, there's
it
no other
wasn't
reason for it to not be on the sheet though.
it wasn't available for me. I mean, I could be speaking in deep this entire time, but I have a translator in my armor. That's a thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't see origin languages. Yeah, so that's what it is. You picked Abyssal for your origin language instead
Oh.
of Common. So you can
What? You don't
You
know
can-
Motherfucker
shit
can't
of
talk.
what's going on.
I mean,
you
that's
can change that right now if you want
Yeah,
to.
it's an
You're gonna wanna
oversight.
change that.
Yeah, I'll change that. That's an oversight. It's fine. Yeah.
So we'll
That's
take out
awesome.
Abyssal. Is
Yeah,
that
That's so
okay?
amazing. No, he shouldn't be able to talk. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
just
he doesn't
speaking in deep at
understand
everyone.
everything, anything
Yeah.
people are saying.
He's just walking around hissing at people, and no one understands what the fuck is going on. But he's 9 foot whatever, and no one wants to even bother
Yeah.
with it.
All right.
Yeah,
So
that's
yes, thank you, Chris, for seeing that.
I
Because
was
that's
just
hilarious.
curious as what was going
That's
on
so
with the
amazing.
character, and it's just like, wait, he doesn't speak common.
He doesn't speak common well.
That
And
can still
that's
be
a good thing.
choice, but you need to know the language to understand what the fuck's happening.
I'm actually just
Yeah.
mimicking it, and I'm putting words together. Yeah. But back to your question about being human. Yes, I am human. I need to eat and drink just the same as you. Just the armor doesn't really come off. It makes it difficult.
Yep.
Like the owl in the corner,
More of
who
a
seems to be
disappointment.
having problems drinking the beer.
If you don't eat corpse starch, I'm going to be upset.
Why would you assume an owl is able to drink beer? Have you ever met an owl?
I mean, he's the one that's trying to drink it in the corner.
Yeah,
as,
but
as I
that's-
gesture with almost hitting Emerson in the head with my arm, like to the corner. Like,
Yeah,
no.
but I assume that's the kind of dumb, weak humanoid half. You know what? I'm gonna ask. And at that point, Argento just walks over.
Do you speak owl? As he walks over there.
So what's gonna happen is, as Argento's walking over, he's gonna do something. He's gonna try greeting 3 different ways just to see how he is responded to see if he can communicate with this thing, because he's never met whatever this person is before. So the first thing he does is he's just like, hello, my name is Argento. And then he repeats the same thing again in both Elvish and Sylvan, just to see if anything happens while he gives a hand out for a handshake.
When you speak in Sylvan, you see a wispy eyebrow raise and then immediately lower.
Yeah,
And that is
if
all.
that's something that you're not trying to hide, then and Argento would notice it, then yeah, he would
Yeah.
probably continue in Sylvan and just be like, oh, I didn't know that owls speak with Sylvan. I can talk to owls. That's cool.
Who?
You just say who in Sylvan.
No,
So-
no. I say who. I say who in common.
Oh, okay.
Who?
Argento, I already told you. I'm just hoping you can settle a bet for me and those two over there. Just points to the big armor guy and Emery's. And
I wave politely, like daintily.
um, so do you only want to drink ale 'cause your mom or dad was a human or whatever? 'Cause I'm convinced your owl half doesn't want ale.
I'm trying to think about how I want to do this. You see, and I'm just staring at you, and then all of a sudden you just hear, and you just see an owl pellet come
That's
out.
that's what I was going to say. Argento knows exactly what's happening. He like takes a step back, but he's like, "It's okay, it's okay. If you need help, I can rub your back."
And then this this owl pellet comes out, and I just look at you, look back at the owl pellet, take bones out, and I just spell out in Sylvan, no. That's it. No speaking. Just spell out no in Sylvan with bones for my owl
So
pellet.
Argento blinks a couple times, seeing the no, and just so you're not part human, or your owl half wants to drink.
I just
Clearly very confused.
I just look back down at the no, look back at you.
Blinks a couple times. Usually nature's not the one who's an asshole. I get the feeling that you're only like quarter owl, and just turns around and walks away again.
The thing that I love is that there's no features in which I would be human in any way. I'm fully covered in feathers. Like,
Well,
you got, like,
I see a
you have
beak.
arms.
Yeah, I see a
Besides
beak.
the arms,
You have
yeah.
arms. You walked in on two legs, I'm assuming. So you might definitely look very non-human, but you look like a humanoid in terms of your shape. So that's all I was trying
Who
to.
looks less human, the giant talking armor or the owl?
Yeah, fair.
That's a good question. Okay, so as you start to walk away, you get like 5 feet. All right.
Yep.
And then you all turn as you hear a clash of steel and a loud thud. The door from the back of the tavern swings open quickly, and a man wearing half plate stumbles through. Just so you're aware, since there's somebody sitting in this booth now, the door swings and blocks your view, so you can't see who just
can I
ran
see
through the
a
door.
hand or anything from like? Is anything peeking out of the door?
Well, he kind of like
Fuck,
stumbles
wait,
through,
yeah.
so you would see him like a little bit of the front of his head and everything, and then he would stand up.
Can I
At quick-
grab him?
No, the door's in the way.
Okay. No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
like, I didn't know if there was
the door's literally blocking the bench that you're
Okay.
sitting on. So at quick glance, you sense that he isn't drunk. A look of relief comes over his face as he scans the patrons in the room. Stepping forward, he clears his throat to capture the attention of the few patrons not already looking in his direction. The music does not stop, but lowers.
I'm gonna blow my nose. Keep talking.
Argento just turns to the musician, by the way, and just like thumbs up for just improving the atmosphere.
And this guy says, Good evening, people of the tavern. He begins, his voice steady yet tingle with urgency. I've come seeking brave souls looking to embark on a perilous journey. My uncle Selden, your skilled blacksmith, known to many of you, has fallen prey to the tyranny of the fire giants. A murmur of concern ripples through the crowd, sympathy evident as their expressions as they sympathy evident in their expressions as they listen intently to the plea. These giants threaten not only my uncle's life, but also the safety of our lands. He continues, his words resonating with conviction. But I refuse to stand idly by while evil reigns unchecked. I seek those who dare to aid me to face the flames of adversity and rescue one of our own. At this moment, your thoughts of this being a quiet stay are shattered. This town, like many others you have been to, are all the same. The powerful taking what they want from those who can't defend themselves. His gaze sweeps across the tavern, his eyes locking with with those of fellow adventurers and kindred spirits, each one a potential ally in his noble cause. You can help defy the odds and vanquish the darkness that looms over us, he declared, his voice ringing with determination. Who among you will aid in my quest? Who will lend their strength and steel to fight against the fire giants? As the echoes of his plea fade into the warmth of the tavern, silence reigns. Anticipation hangs thick in the air as patrons weigh the gravity of his words. In that moment, he can only hope that the flicker of courage ignites within the hearts, lighting the way to his uncle's salvation and the triumph of good over evil.
Uh, um, I, Argento just kind of tepidly raises a hand. I guess we can help, but why would fire giants want your uncle?
Your what's your race?
Eladrin.
Eladrin. Okay, that's
It's
right.
kind of like they would think I'm maybe an elf at first glance. Is probably the better
Right.
way.
Yeah, you're
But
like you're like a waspy elf.
I'm an elf that has a lot of nature imbued within me.
Yeah.
You're a stick man.
I'm gonna lean over to the. I haven't learned Emery's name. What do you look like again?
No one's actually asked that
I'm
question.
the only one who's
so,
I'm the only one who's learned his name, and he actually
Yeah.
looks probably kind of similar to me, by if I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, I'm gonna lean over to the guy next to me who's Emery's. Did the short guy just say we as in like royal we people of the tavern, or does he have like something living in his head?
I don't bloody know. I've been having my drink.
Yeah, well.
Two of the three of which have been provided by me.
I don't know how drinking wine through a visor. I imagine I have a fancy straw. I'm gonna finish this and then continue to take notes on this.
Sir, you have a full-blown twirly straw.
Oh, it's adorable. It's like the one that goes around your eyes like glasses.
What?
Have you never seen these?
The straws that go on your glasses or
No,
on your
they're-
glasses?
No,
No,
they're
no,
they're
it's-
this.
You know, like
It's
the novelty
long-
bendy straws that like
Yeah.
they'll shape words or they'll whatever. There are
Oh,
ones
okay,
that,
yeah.
that just make they go up and make like a glasses in front of you and then down into your mouth or whatever.
Okay.
Oi, Matt, you're a bit bugged. Come on, get down here. Grab a stool, grab a drink. We talk this out, all right?
You're
Right.
saying that to the guy that came through the door, or you're saying that
Yeah.
to Okay.
Also, you still haven't answered my question.
What was your question again? Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. The question was, why would the fire giants want your uncle?
Oh, okay. It sounds like we're starting a group here. Who else is with me? Come join us on this corner of the bar.
Um,
And he's,
I
and he's
I'd
gonna
like to
come over here.
again
Let's do
posit that I don't.
No.
I want to know why they want him.
I'm gonna talk over
I-
the one who's
I will
talking because he's small.
explain once we get everyone over here.
Okay.
All right,
Uh,
great. All right, drinks are on the kid.
Did you say your uncle was Theldin?
Theldon.
Ah,
Yes. And
Um,
so the door now closes, and like he actually looks back into that corner, and he's like, "Oh, there's a bird over there." Okay.
There's a
Yeah.
bit of that. I have to. Well, unfortunately, before you say anything else, you have to count me in because I was tasked with finding your uncle. So, I'm in whatever this wild ride is.
Oh no. I
And,
don't
and
like
he's
blind
gonna look
faith.
up, and he's gonna say, "We have this middleman that is going to aid us in this journey, and it looks like we have some elves. So
As he's saying,
we have we have
Again,
bows,
I like
and
to.
we have
I
a
want
mace.
Mike. What? Okay.
Oh, did
as
you just assume I'm like one of them bloody fancy elves that uses a bow and arrow?
I mean, you do kind of
What
look like it.
what do you
Fuck
use?
off, Mike.
As you say that, by the way, Argento just kind of looks down at his hip, where you see the like bottom half, the two arms of a crossbow, just like peeking out from behind his back. He looks back up at Emery's and is just like, "Should I put
Shit.
this somewhere they can't see it, or
Wait, I said bow and arrow. That ain't a bow.
I mean, it's kind of no one really makes that distinction when I'm shooting them."
as, as,
It's
as
still an
he's
arrow.
talking again, you just you just
He
see
shoots
me.
bolts, man.
That is true.
bolts.
That is true. Oh,
I'm
actually,
hawking up another owl pellet.
I make hooing sounds at the owl. Hoo, hoo. And like through the visor, it's like, hoo, hoo. And I like gesture over here. I'm like, hey, come.
The, this guy is gonna go. Our group is not racist, I swear. Anybody else can join us.
I would like to take the leftovers of all of the owl pellets that is not bone and fling it at the giant metal man who was making hooey sounds to try to cover his visor and get into his wine as well.
I mean, you could try.
So the bartender will come over, and he's got a round of drinks for one for each of you guys. He notices that what was it, Aura
Argento, me.
Argento was still has his, or no, he gave that one to the bar.
In general, though, because I was going around all the other people, I would probably still have what is now a lukewarm ale in my hand that has not
Oh,
been
so
touched.
still one. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he's giving one drink to everybody that's over here. Even though he knows you already have a drink, he's still
Yeah.
giving you
So
one
as
because
soon as he
he
puts
knows.
one in front of me, it's just like takes
I'll take the drink from him. It's fine.
looks at the lukewarm one, looks at the new one. Hey, Emery's.
When nature gives, nature provides.
Puts both in front of Emery's.
Morwen
Shaka,
slides,
shaka.
Morwen slides his over to the big metal man.
Nice.
Did you get beer
So-
or what'd you get?
so
We
seeing
give you
It's
an
ale. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
seeing
no,
you
I-
do
I
that, by
gave
the
you
way,
ale.
Argento would actively stand up and just like wander over to the other side of the bar, and as he sits down next to you, just nod. And, hi again, Argento. In case you don't remember, I don't like to drink either, so I'm just. You want cranberry juice? I like cranberry juice.
Then ask the fine man for that. I'm sure he has it.
People
Or at least some
think
variant.
people think it's weird.
As you say that, the maid comes over with a glass of red wine and gives it to you, Argento.
I,
And she goes, "You wanted cranberry? This is cranberry wine."
Morwen's gonna reach over and put his hand on top of it and then slide it again to the metal man and be like, juice, nothing alcoholic, if possible. Anything but water.
No, water's fine, honestly.
I don't
Yes.
think so. So
Sad.
anything but water, but no more alcohol, please.
Sadly, walks away
I'm gonna
into
slide
the
the
back.
I'm gonna slide the beer over to that I got to the Emery's and take my wine and go. Whoever finishes first doesn't have to pay.
I'm already done, mate.
And it's like it's gone. It's like you just
Yeah.
it hit your hand. It was gone. It's like
For
Well.
some reason, he's holding a shoe in his hand. No one knows why.
you did a shoey. You are Australian. That's an Australian thing.
Oi, what the fuck's Australia, mate? I'm from the deep south.
All right.
Oh, it's
Um,
wonderful.
Yeah, okay, so so carrying on, when the bartender does put this stuff down, he says, "Ewan, I can't believe that your uncle, or I'm sorry, yeah, your uncle is gone. Didn't you just say that the fire giants came through town a couple of days ago asking for him?" And Ewan's gonna respond, Yes, the fire giants came through and they asked him to come to the Star Forge to build some weapon, and my uncle refused. He immediately told me all about it, and I told him that was a very, very good call. Stay away from giants.
Take a step back. Your uncle can use the Starforge?
My uncle is a very skilled blacksmith. He would love the chance to use the Star Forge, but not
Okay.
under the circumstances of it being controlled by a red dragon, and not under the circumstances of having to deal with fire giants.
Is he racist against Eldrin too?
I
Why the
don't
fuck you
think he
being
knows what an
racist?
Eldrin is, but
Good. Okay. You know what? Fair enough. I guess I'm in.
and if you guys can't understand something, just let me know.
No, I think it's great.
You're doing fine.
My guy's gonna chime up and be like, "Have many more pieces? Have many more people have also disappeared or gone missing or anything like that as of recent as well?"
Are you looking for
People
someone?
haven't disappeared per se, but I wouldn't drink the water if I were you.
What? What
And
is
then
happening?
the maid is gonna come out with 2 glasses of water
As
and
what
put
I
I'm
them
shoot
in
her a
front of
look
you
you can
two.
see through a visor of just like don't even
well, no,
fucking
no, what?
think about
No,
it.
no, no, no. Just wait a sec. Just wait a sec. Would I have heard this?
Yeah, you're not that far.
Okay. Can I? As she sets them down on the table, and I just want to firebolt through both of them.
You're going to cast the cantrip firebolt.
Yes, and
Through-
and to hit the.
Roll to hit.
So I'm going to assume even if he hits the first one, the firebolt would stop there, right? Is he going to be able to shoot through both?
Yeah, it's gonna hit one target.
Okay. So assuming I'd have enough time, since he can only do one firebolt per turn, right? So it'd be 2 different actions. Argento would probably pick his water up no matter what happens. You know, if it explodes next to him, I'm sure he'll respond. But in his first turn, he'll pick the water up, and just having been told don't drink the water, he'll kind of skeptically look over at the guard, and then we'll kind of rummage in his or go to rummage in his bag and pull out an herbalism kit that I will use in my next turn to test the water. But we'll see if that's even worth doing after the first one explodes, because that's probably going to happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna drink the water though.
You don't have
There's
one?
only 2. So because Argento asked for something else to drink, or
Technically, both of us.
Marwin
Yeah.
Marwin asked for something else to drink, water or juice.
I said anything but water.
Yeah, and then
But-
I
Oh,
said,
anything but water?
and then
I said anything but water.
yeah, and
Okay.
Argento was the one who said no, water is fine.
Yeah, okay. So then, yeah, she comes out with 1 water and 1 glass of milk. Sorry, I thought you said water.
No, you're good.
No. I would say if he's shooting something from across the way, like,
Yes.
am I going to get collateral for that with it being in front of me, like shattered glass and all that?
I mean, there's a good possibility. I mean, the barkeeper's in the way a bit. We'll have to see how your roll to hit is there.
Roll the hit, bud.
I hope you roll a 1.
Wish
Oh,
you rolled
25.
a 1.
Jesus. Yeah, with a 25, you hit the first glass, which is the glass of milk, and the glass of milk
No.
shatters.
I was aiming for the water.
So,
You know, the milk pretty much evaporates.
so when that happens, Argento's just sitting there holding a glass of water and like a fucking vial or something in his other hand, just blinks a couple times and just, I guess they don't like glass here. And just puts the herbalism kit away, puts the water back on the table, and just kind of, I'm gonna just stick to my own, and takes like a canteen out of off his hip and just unscrews that and starts drinking from it instead.
Gonna
Okay.
grab the water and just pour it out on the ground. And then put the glass upside down, back giving it to the barkeep.
I just nod.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
The
okay.
barmaid is just like, she looks over in the corner where the owl is, and she looks at the barkeeper, and the barkeeper is looking at the barmaid, and then she looks down at the glass and goes gets something to sweep it up with and sweeps it off the table, and then the barkeeper goes over to this side and he goes, "Woo! Woo!"
I walk over and I hand him 2 gold. My apologies.
Okay, he takes the 2 gold and he's like, "Margaret, Margaret, we can let him blast all the glass we want."
You rolled a lot, my dude.
I know. We
Yeah.
don't need it for the campaign, so I get to be nice to people and not worry
Yeah,
about
exactly.
spending gold.
Exactly.
Before
half
there's
his
a whole
night.
magic
So-
item buying section.
I know.
So, so the Ewin continues on to elaborate more on the not drinking water part. There's been some sicknesses that we've had in the area, and I would say we think we've narrowed it down to the water supply.
That bloody sucks.
Define water supply. Is it like one main river in the town, or?
Let's see if I don't know if this map is this detailed.
While all this is going on, can I be keeping an eye out for mice and rats to catch?
Yeah, you can see if anything's scurrying around.
Okay, do you want a perception check?
Sure.
Because it's gonna go horribly.
Oh, mate, you
Nah,
said this
20.
shit with the water. Is there a stream or a pond in back?
Yeah, hold on a second. Just check in. Okay, so here, change the maps for you guys. It's gonna take a second to load. And if you guys see in the center of the map is the high forest and the star mounts. So that is, yep, that is pretty much where we are. And if you zoom in, you can see that there's a river that runs north to south out of the mountains, and then kind
Yeah.
of northeast up, and then to the east down south. So those are the two rivers. So he would say to you, we have Unicorn Run that runs out of the Star Mountain, and part of the Unicorn Run has little streams that come through, and that's where we get our water supply.
Well, that's
Yeah, it sounds like your
depressing.
shit's fucked up the mountain.
Argento just looks at the canteen he just took a sip out of and puts it back on his hip. I guess I have to drink ale. 1 ale, please.
You say that like it's a bad thing, son.
It is.
They have milk, as you saw.
He just kind of looks
They
over,
had milk.
looks
I'm
over at
lactose
looks over at your
intolerant.
milk, and just goes, I've tried milk from lots of creatures and I've not liked any of it. I'm kind of just not gonna try at this point.
Would I recognize an Eladrin, like, with my vast connection to nature?
You're probably the only one that might have a chance. I would feel like.
Yeah.
I would look like you as in terms of an elf, but you would definitely notice. Well, I guess for everyone, in general, Argento has kind of some very interesting features. His hair is stark white with these kind of very like light gray highlights. It looks very similar to almost fresh snow, especially under light. It's like reflective and almost silvery. His eyes are like this glacial ice blue, and you would notice that he has almost these strange what looks like markings of as if ice had kind of left weird bluish tints on certain parts of his skin, like tattoos. So I'd say as an elf, you would know that all those things are probably pretty rare for a traditional elf, and might lean more towards something different.
Oh, you look like you've been around the block.
I don't know what that means. I've
Yeah, I suppose my tabs of fries ain't quite normal these days.
I've traveled really far, if that's
Close
anything.
enough.
Yeah.
But judging by your demeanor, you're quite young.
Oh, I mean, for our kind, yeah. Had to grow fast.
Are you
though.
two related? As he
Fuck no.
whips
Do I
out
look
the-
like him?
He whips out the pen and just,
Argento
like-
does take and like point to his ears and just I'd assume distantly somehow. Definitely both would be rocking the same kind of like pointed long ears of elves.
Scribbles
So
a notebook. Distantly related.
If I had to put it in the vernacular, you might quite get. He's from the Feywild. I'm from the realm.
technically, yeah. I mean, really succinct. Um, I'm not sure that a big armored metal man knows either of those, though. I've never seen someone like that in either.
No,
Right,
I'm not
he
from
asked the
around here.
question. I gave an answer. Whether he understands or not's his problem, not mine.
I guess
I
it
sure do
does.
though. And I'm gonna nudge the kid next to me and be like, "The Feywild's a pretty cool place.
I mean, I guess
Dangerous, but cool."
depends on who you ask. I don't have fond memories.
Yeah, you seem kind of depressed. Liven up, kid. Grab a drink.
No, no, no.
Is he old enough to drink in your years?
Okay, I know
Look, we have
I'm
really weird
young, but I'm
standards. Once he
29.
reaches drinking age in human years, he's clear.
I've been drinking for years. It's just not fun.
I want to insight roll this.
Insight roll what?
Your your
Well,
version
You're
of
having been
drinking.
I'm
drinking for
trying to
years.
figure out why you're so adverse.
Well, actually, I guess what it comes down to is, uh, yeah. I mean, at 17, I'm not like not like I'm trying to hide anything from you.
I know you're not trying to hide anything.
Yeah, I
But
guess ultimately, especially considering I know your character sheet a little bit, but knowing what your character is, I'd say like I'm an Eladrin. You'd know that I'm kind of more at tune with nature than most elves. So the concept, at least the way I'm playing it, of being kind of away from a natural state is just unappealing.
hey, look, kid, I get it. My first time back to civilization in 100 years. Enjoy it while you're here, cause
God,
you're
that
going
sounds like
you're gonna
such
leave
a
it at some point.
dream. 100 years away from people.
Yeah, I got lost up in the mountains while I was looking at these runes, and spent most of my time with this bloody cougar.
All right, you know what?
You were you
Aura,
were
from
you
now
were with
on,
a cat.
that's my goal.
Um,
Oh
After we
yeah,
figure
a
this
cougar.
out, a
Name's
100 years
Charisse.
of solitude.
can you please clarify for the DM? Cougar.
Yeah.
Yes, yes to both regards. It was a female cat, but it was an old female cat that kept
Okay.
trying to hit on me.
Okay. Just
She was a tabaxi cougar.
I just wanted to clarify for anybody watching at home. Thank you.
No, I
Uh,
wanted to leave it vague. That was the point.
Yep.
Uh,
So
right in-
the owl's attention.
yeah, so
Writing
we
the side
hear
in the side of the,
hear
the
the
bar
owl.
is like tabaxi question mark.
possibly.
Right, you in the corner. I know you can spike people.
Who?
Back off.
I can translate. He talks at least one common language with me if need be.
No, you heard him say common when he paid the man for breaking the glass.
Yeah, he speaks
Ooh.
common.
Oh, you're just having fun with the rest of us. You
I get the
So,
feeling the character
I'm
is also cackling like that.
definitely as you guys are doing this. So I know nobody else has come over here to talk to join. And you guys are having a good time, but you know, my uncle, he was taken by fire giants, right?
yeah, you ain't had your drink yet. Yeah, calm down.
Oh, he drank.
Can I ask a favor? Can I walk up to him and just put my arm, drape one of my wings over him, but as my hand touches him, I don't want to shocking grasp him, but I do want to just give him a jolt.
Who, me or him?
The the man in full plate armor.
The human knight that is asking you to rescue his uncle,
Yeah,
the
not again,
blacksmith.
not trying to be aggressive, not like trying to hurt him. Just want to give him a little wake up.
You're trying to just like static shock him?
Yeah, just a little bit stronger.
I mean, if you cast the cantrip, it is the cantrip. So that's up to you. If you feel that's what your character is going to do, we could play it out that way.
No, it was more for comic thing, but I'll just move up to the corner of the bar
Okay.
and I will just still sit there intently, probably puke up a few more owl pellets.
Yeah.
So he's gonna look over at you and say, and who are you? That's gonna be a thing all night. All night.
I just spell out in various states of bone types. No one.
All right, fucking now, buddy.
I mean, I don't mind if you're difficult because you're gonna be helping me, but okay.
And
So
then I rearrange it and state everyone.
Okay. I'm gonna lean over or turn towards the man half-blade. I didn't catch your name, and I'm writing it in the notebook because I'm not gonna remember myself either.
I then look look at him, look back at the thing, and state shitbird and point at him.
I wasn't referring to as my character does not even acknowledge you at this point. Just like he's looking
no,
at
not
that.
you. The man in
At-
plate.
at the
We're
at-
both
I
wearing
pointed-
plate.
even
The,
Evan.
the
The
human.
dude who called us over to the corner.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
talking about him.
Yeah.
even
Steven?
if you click on his, I don't know if he has a nameplate for you guys, but
No.
if you click on him or mouse over him, you should see it.
No, he doesn't have anything.
No?
Negative, sir.
No, it's fine.
There you go. Show name to players.
Oh, even.
Yeah, so that's his name,
Okay.
and the bartender had said that.
I had missed it as a person and a player. There's too much going on. My name is Octavius Cassius. We can. I think this is all the party we're going to gather here to rescue your uncle, Theldon. Do you know when this had happened, or if anything else was taken along with him? This could potentially help us find him. Or if you knew where they went, we can just go there and go through the front door.
He was taken today. my wife is making fun of me because she came down here to ask me something.
Don't be embarrassed. Come on now.
Oh,
All right, give her the headset. I'll go through all the ones that I do.
did you do it twice?
That's the part where we
So I guess we're just gonna talk amongst ourselves now. Since
awkwardly stare at his camera while we wait for him to come back.
yeah, I'll talk to you, Argento. What are you small like for an Eldrin, Rick?
6'1".
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, you're just
average
slim. Okay.
I think
Someone-
as it is right now, I think Emery's is the shortest person here, unless Morrowind is shorter than 5'6".
That's fine. Yeah. Did you when you were asking everyone around the town, did you find anyone in your lines of inquiry, or around the bar, I should say, Rick, Argento?
Did I find anyone along my end of what?
No, did you find anything about like the Star Forge or anything like that?
There's a dragon there.
Dragon. Okay.
Red dragon.
I want you to feed me.
Talking about me?
Ha.
Oh, I lost the ability to type. That was
I'll try again.
Yeah, I have to
I haven't hit the camera yet. Hold on. Keeps falling low because it's got a weird angle on the chip. There we go. Got that one. That's all you.
I think the dog got that one.
If anything, my dogs want the last little bits.
Do you like your new food now too? Yeah.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah?
Oh, is this?
Oh
is this
yeah? Well,
turning
I
out
got
to a
two.
dog fight?
I got two of them. How about you? Get fucked,
I'm-
nerd.
I'm
That's
going
right.
to.
There's two dogs there. Ha.
I need a bigger house.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
fair.
fit a Great
You also
Dane
have
in
cats,
here,
so
too.
you could do that.
All right. So, Owlman's not giving his name.
I did. No one.
Yeah, no one, everyone. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah,
Got
you're
it.
not giving any information. Yeah.
I am
Um,
the Alpha and the Omega.
You're being the brooding edgelord owl kid in the corner. Yeah.
I've not been an
So-
edgelord in
so-
any way.
Even was expressing that his brother was taken earlier today,
Uncle.
or at least some point in either last night into today. He had gone over to his house to see him, and he wasn't there.
His brother or his uncle, as Rick
Hey,
said.
I'm sorry, I keep saying his brother. I do mean
His-
his uncle.
His
Yeah, no, you're
uncle.
fine. It's actually the first time you said brother. I heard it, so I figured.
Yeah. And he would tell you that they're the fire giants had come 2 days before, asking for him to go to the Star Forge and create some work with them. So I would
So
assume that they are going to the Star Forge, which is in the Star Mount.
that's
You
Okay.
could
not bad for me.
probably get
We will
more.
help you in any way that you need.
You don't
don't
have
do it good
cheeks.
enough.
You're not an owl. You don't have cheeks. Get
Oh
fucked.
fuck! I
Yeah.
can't even do
Or
that.
you are an owl. You don't have cheeks. Yeah.
He
If I
would
could
Stick a
say,
hand in my
inquire,
mouth. Oh my god!
do you at least know what they wanted him to make?
no, they had not explained in detail. They just said they needed his expertise
I
and
stick
were
up,
willing to pay.
I stick
Okay.
up my wing and I just go. I know.
I don't think he knows. I don't know if we should talk to him.
Yeah, I don't know if this one's gonna be much use. But
Even kind of looks over there.
Don't say that. Owls can fly. That's more use than
What?
you.
What is he going to make?
Something with metal, and then put my wing down.
Yes, he is correct.
all right.
Are you
I'm
sure?
sorry. I'm having fun.
Yep. Um.
So you could probably get more information about giants if you stop at the Fireside Monastery on your way to the Star Forge.
I leave immediately and start going to where this is.
So question: What? One, do we need more info on giants? And two, is you just want us to rescue him? You're not coming?
I am going to stay at the town as I am a knight, and I'm going to protect the town from any further evil that may come to it.
You say evil, but apparently they offered money for his expertise.
Yeah. Also, they took him with you doing that, right? So you really didn't exactly stop
I
the evil.
was not here. I was out on a mission, and they did offer him money. He refused, and they had left 2 days ago. And now he has been kidnapped. That would be evil to me.
So I
We
guess
are not sure though.
we can figure that out on our way if we need to. I guess
The
the other
scorn
thing.
marks in his home will tell the story.
Why would
Okay.
we need to learn more about giants? Is there something like that you know that we don't that we're supposed to?
Do you want to know information of your enemy before you fight?
I mean, I've met giants. I just don't know what is there something special or
I don't know. That's why I would suggest going to the Fireside Monastery to see if they would have any additional information, as they are giant wrestlers.
I'll let you guys decide, I guess.
Seems very biased people to be going and getting information from, but information is information.
Indubitably.
Oh, I'm just here for a good time, mate.
Define a good time.
Is there
'Cause
gonna
I'm
be
not
any-
sleeping with you, and neither is Aura.
Who the fuck's Aura?
Yeah. Who's Aura?
And looks around the bar and just I don't want to scare people. We'll talk about it later.
You have an imaginary friend named Aura, and you assume I'm gonna try to fuck him?
No and yes.
Look, I might have been out in the bush, but I ain't that desperate, mate.
I don't know how. What?
So
You've slept in a bush?
I've been living out in the bush for a fucking century.
Usually I choose trees. They're safer than being ground level.
No. Oh, right, fucking terminology. Bush means the outdoors.
No,
The whole of it,
bushes
you know,
are the
like-
ground plants.
Yeah,
So-
bush
so-
is a bush, but there's also the bush.
Ewan is listening to this, and he's just looking back and forth at you guys arguing about bush and sleeping in trees and sleeping on the ground. And
Arguing about Bush.
he's like, okay, I get it. I don't get it. But Fireside Monastery can probably give you more information on giants and the Starforge, and it's on the way. And
Would you
are you gonna
would
try to save my uncle, or do I need to try to get like these weaker looking people to do it?
No, it's fine. It's fine, Evan. If you could point us in the direction of the Fireside Monastery, and we'll just at least I'll be off. I have to talk to your uncle anyways about something else.
I mean, I'll try and help, but you probably want to get a second team together because, just looks at everyone and just like, half these people apparently like drinking. So, good luck.
I'm flying away towards the monastery.
Yeah, he would tell you that the monastery is about 10 miles up the mountain and point you to the wall where there was some maps, with it clearly labeled on the map.
I ain't even close to being legless yet.
I can carry you if need be. Don't worry.
I said I ain't even close to being legless yet.
What if you want to be carried?
Why would you be legless?
Because I've
Right.
had a lot of these.
Are you a
It holds
snake?
up the
I'm sorry, did he say Legolas?
I know.
And my bow.
Well, I'm not a snake right now.
Does that mean you can speak snake too?
Yeah, I can.
I need to
That one,
learn.
that one ain't me being facetious either.
I need. I learned that one from a buddy a couple years back. It's supposed to mean nice to meet you.
All right.
I
For the
think
sake
your
of
buddy
pushing us,
Lloyd.
for the sake of pushing us forward, I'm gonna go
My accent might be bad.
to the monastery. I'm gonna look at the map, figure out where we're going, go to the monastery, Fred.
Okay.
Even if it's just me, I mean, I'll grab whoever. I'll grab the Emrys if need be, and pull him with me.
I do want to say it is probably, we gave the description that it was nighttime,
miles.
so it's probably like, I don't know, 8, 9 o'clock at night,
Oh, was it? You can
And
sleep.
it's 10 miles out, so I'd assume, what,
and it is
20
10
minutes a mile?
miles.
I can
3 to 4
sleep.
an hour.
I will sleep in the nest that I made in a tree a mile
Out-
away from town.
A mile away from town. Alright, bro.
Emery
Rule number
will-
1, never split the party. You're going to sleep a mile away from the party.
Emery will head
Gotta
outside
stay away,
of
bro.
the tavern and find a spot to set up camp for the evening.
Okay.
I'll just rent a room.
Argento watches all these people kind of split up and just, I
Argento, you
guess,
can.
Which do you want to go to? Yeah, I
I'm
figured
next. I'm next
that
to
is
the inn.
better
I'm just
anyway.
making a camp outside.
Okay. Yep, room it is. Just turns to the bartender. Can I put a room on my tab too?
Yes, of course. You have to pay for the food tonight, though.
Yeah, that's fine. Just I guess a room for one.
And he's gonna look at like everybody else. Like, you're gonna buy rooms for all them too?
No, just
No,
the
he can pay
drinks.
for himself.
The drinks were the only thing I was sharing with people.
'Kay.
The room is for me and her.
Who is her?
Yeah, Marwin's a dude.
Who?
Who?
Octavius is a dude.
I don't.
And
Octavius leans
Hermes,
on. Who is her?
Room, please.
Hermes is a dude.
Realize he said too much. Room, please.
All right. Well,
Okay.
You just hear in the background. Oh, I get it.
is he or she?
Looks at his hand. I get it.
The owl's like, I use wings.
Okay,
Here.
so he's gonna say that there's 2 rooms. Do you want the double bed or the single bed?
We just need one.
Emery, are you still in the room?
I have left the building, sir.
All right.
He's gone.
I will take perch in a tree near the building as to
I
keep
guess-
an eye then.
Okay. Does
Take
anybody
perch.
else want a room when he
I'm-
says there's 2 rooms?
I'm gonna grab a room. Yeah. There's only 2 rooms.
Yes.
I
A single
so-
bed and a double bed.
I'll lean down to the. I'm assuming you're a satyr.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll lean down. I've seen a satyr before. Satyr, do you mind bunking? I can cover the tab. The church pays for it.
Sure, I was going to ask the person that recruited us for lodging, free lodging.
Well, he
since we
seemed
were
he seems to have
recruited.
left the building, so
Oh yeah,
He
he
did.
seems to not be
yeah, he
very
was like, "Save
gracious.
my uncle," and then just left.
Yeah, he kind of
God,
just wants
love
us to do his work for him, I think.
He
Yeah.
has a town to protect, apparently.
He did
Uh,
such a good job protecting his uncle that he cared so much about.
Yeah. So I guess I'll take the. We'll take the two. We'll take the two. I'll take the double bed, and Morwen and I will bunk up.
Yeah.
Okay. So your bed, her
I
bed.
gotta.
You don't fit on the bed. Um,
It's more for the hammer. The hammer is laid on the bed politely, and I sleep on the floor.
You just stand in the corner. You don't actually lay down.
I don't need sleep, so that's fine.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna watch the dude in the bed.
No, he's reading through his notes. He's a
No,
very
he's not. He's full staring.
he's got the
I'm just-
wine. He's
I'm just
reading. He's
imagining
taking.
the old style Battlestar Galactica Cylons with the little red light that just goes
Yeah.
back and forth
Yeah,
across the room.
It's something like that. But like it's definitely just sitting there. He's reading. He's reading through his notes. He's flipping through his pages. He's got his wine. He's just like no.
Is there a window by chance, like right there?
If anything, I'm gonna put it this way: if anything shows
No
up
window.
at that window, the hammer is being thrown at the
Oh no,
window.
no. There's no windows.
No window.
Okay, all right. Then I will stay perched at.
You're a mile away. Yeah.
No, I told him I was gonna take perch towards. Closer
You
to
definitely
the
said I take a
building.
perch a mile away.
I know.
He also
change his
he also
statement,
did change his
sir.
statement. Yeah, I'll be with with Chris on that one. The two
Alright.
of you, I guess, who are nearby though, would potentially, I guess. What are your passive perceptions?
14.
What did you say, Sarah?
And 17.
Yeah, 17.
All right, so the satyr might hear things during the night. Realistically, the only thing that I think I'm
I'm
gonna.
a passive 19, so I probably hear everything you're doing.
Yeah, if you're outside, I don't think so.
Okay.
But at least the satyr would probably hear. We'll make the one line a fun one. Oh God, your thighs are so much better than a pillow. There you go.
I cast
You
divine
hear-
sense.
Do you hear a response?
Nope, no response.
I cast divine condom.
Wow.
Divine protection.
That's just called faith, my buddy. Pull out. Let's go.
I cast chastity.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Oh God.
You guys go off the rails a bit too easily.
Oh, it's fun. That's all it's worth. Or
I know.
that's the best part, I should say. Alright.
I know,
Regardless, so we long rest.
Yep.
Long rest if
Not that it really
Need it.
matters much. I'm just
I don't.
clarifying for
Thank
time.
God I used all my spell slots.
I mean, I used a wild shape to make a badger hole, so yeah.
Since
Come
I
out
only
and find out
need
full-size Emery's underground.
I need less time.
It's not that you need less time. A long rest still takes the full time. It's just that.
It's 6 hours. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
no. You actually have. So a full long
have
rest in general,
is-
you only need 6 hours of sleep. You can do the extra 2 hours of light activity, which is why you can be on a watch during a long rest. So you actually do have to have the same amount of downtime as anyone sleeping. You just can be
I
awake during
know.
it because you're a Warforged, right?
And
You still have to be
in some
technically
sense of the
non-moving.
word, yes, he is a warforged.
You have to technically
Uh,
still be non-moving for 6 hours. Technically,
Yeah.
both elves, so myself and Emery's,
Yeah, I know.
can actually be active for 2 hours longer than you during a long
Yeah.
rest. So
In the 2 hours, I'm gonna go in the kitchen and make food. Is chef.
that's a short rest, I thought, to make the food. Oh,
You're gonna
maybe I'm thinking of
steal?
the wrong one.
I mean, it's a short rest during that time. Yeah, I have 2 hours after that, too.
No, I think that they act as two different things. The short rest one is, I thought, different from the longest one.
Let the DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Also, would they notice someone in the kitchen?
I don't think anyone's gonna say no to the 8-foot tall man in armor chopping his way through an omelet. Like,
I mean, I would.
There we go. Okay.
It's their business.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
So
it working.
Okay. So, you're doing this in the morning?
yeah, in the morning as everyone's getting up, they're preparing. If I need to talk to someone, that's fine. But I'm just gonna waltz in there and be like, I'm gonna make some food.
Yeah, the barmaid would be back there. You'd have to walk all the way around, and if you want to make stuff, you can make stuff. She just asks to see the food so that she knows what you utilized, so
Yeah.
that she can charge you.
Totally. Yes.
I'll let you know what I use. You can charge me for it.
Emrys just hears, whoo, as he gets out of his hole.
Is there anything anybody wants to do in the morning before you leave town to go? I'm assuming to um, the Fireside Monastery.
Shopping spree, anyone?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure.
Well, the blacksmith is
Honestly.
not here. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
If I use a ritual spell, does it take away a spell slot?
No, if you spend 10 minutes casting it.
Okay, I'm gonna take 10 minutes and cast water breathing on myself in the morning.
Okay. That lasts, what, 8 hours?
24 hours.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Is it
I can create-
non-concentration?
In
Well,
no.
No, it's
I
Yeah,
was I
ritual
saw that and I
is
was
not.
like, I can actually give it to 10 creatures.
as
Holy
you're in a
crap.
tree away from everybody else.
I can create
I will-
four.
I will probably wait a
treats.
minute and do that on everyone before we leave.
Yeah, I can create four. I'm gonna create just four perfect little lemon blueberry scones. That's what I've made.
Okay.
This big man has them and is waiting at the bar for everyone to come in before we leave.
I'm gonna slowly walk out of the bedroom and go to the barkeep. And how much was the room?
Oh, don't worry.
Room
Hold on.
was already paid for.
Yeah, I paid for it last night. Don't worry. Also, I made scones.
Thought appreciated. You can give it to our little Argento when he comes out.
Oh, there's enough for everyone.
I'm good, thank you.
I'm always good for a quick brekkie.
Yeah. Hey, do you want a scone?
The fuck's a scone?
It's lemon and blueberry like sweetbread.
Yeah, what nature provides.
I put down a couple rabbits that I caught in the morning.
It's a breakfast.
I take 3 of them for myself and hand him one.
Save this for later.
I'm just going over here.
And just full just swallow it. Just 3 rabbits.
I ain't in the shape to do that right now.
All right. So, what is the roll?
You good
for
with
this?
heading out?
Yes.
Yeah,
Can
you
I-
would all notice Argento actually never even stops at the bar. He's like rubbing his forehead, very clearly still half asleep, as he just starts sauntering towards the door.
Can I stop everyone and just state, like, can you wait for 10 minutes? I have something that will be much appreciated in case something bad happens near water.
Wash face.
Well, it gives you time to finish your scone, Argento. And I hand him a scone.
food, no morning
No,
food.
it's you need to eat this right away.
No morning food. Tummy hurt.
What did you drink? I thought you just had water.
No morning. You would actually notice he's like almost. He's so sleepy. It's very strange to you all how he's even not like bumped into anything. He seems to move around chairs and tables without even looking at them. As he wanders towards the door.
Oh, there's something wrong with that one. You know-
Let's go back
Not
to
a
bed.
morning person.
Oi, son, you need a hand with something?
He like looks over, recognizing that he's probably being talked to, and just what?
Yeah, zombie, come here.
I don't want to drink, thank you.
You're not gonna get drunk, son. But you do need to sit down and eat something before we go on the road.
I don't eat breakfast.
Then enjoy the company.
Aren't we supposed to go to a temple? We're gonna be together for long enough doing that.
Alright then, off with you.
Mm-hmm. Argento will just walk outside. He's gonna go try and find either like a fountain or where the river that even though he knows it's kind of not great, but just try and find some water to splash on his face.
Then Chris and Sarah can have water breathing
It should be a proficiency bonus, such.
It is. It's 3. For that
Your-
one, it's 3.
Your proficiency bonus is
Oh
3?
no, sorry, it's 5.
Yeah. You also can
I
make
was
a
going
same
off
number of
charisma
treats as your...
bonuses. Yeah.
No. Read your feet.
I read the sheet. I didn't read the sheet before.
Don't you play chef all the time?
Yeah.
I do, but I don't get to play D&D often. Is the problem? I pick it every time I can, but I don't often make food.
Yeah, so you can prepare 4 plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, and then it gives
I
my
thought it was
proficiency
just the
bonus.
proficiency bonus. Am I remembering
There's
that
2
wrong?
different kinds. There's 4 plus
Well-
proficiency, and then there's also long rest, which is the one that
Right.
gives you. You can create
Well,
5, and
they
those are the ones that give
happen.
you the
They
temper.
happen on opposite rests. The short rest one,
They
and then
do.
there's a long rest one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The long rest one is 5 temp hit points, and then the other one is same thing, but it heals. Heals that hit points.
Mhm.
So different
Yes.
ones.
Correct.
So which ones are you giving the party?
The long rest one.
It
we
has
didn't
to be
short rest.
those, yeah. Which is temp HP, I believe. Equal to
Okay,
proficiency
so
bonus.
the long rest, it's actually 1 hour of work or when you finish a long rest.
Oh, okay.
just finished.
Interesting. Gotcha. Okay.
So
we
you
just
can
finished
cook
the
a
long
number of
rest.
treats equal to your proficiency bonus, which is 5,
Mhm.
and these treats last for only 8 hours.
Correct.
You can use a bonus action. So just so everyone understands, you can use a bonus action to eat one of these treats to gain temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus, and that would be Octavius's proficiency bonus, which is 5. So if anybody wants to eat it, they only last for 8 hours. And yes, you could eat it at 7 hours and 59 minutes. Eat the food. You would have a plus 5 temp HP until your temp HP goes away.
Well, I'm gonna eat one of my scones now because they're delicious, and you guys suck for not eating them.
I mean, I already added the temp hit points, so go to hell.
You're a stranger.
Yeah.
This large man in armor said, "I made you scones and paid for your bed last night. You're not gonna eat the scones."
No.
No.
Early breakfast make tummy hurt.
All right,
Chris,
IBS man.
Are y'all gonna wait for water breathing, or are y'all just gonna leave?
Archindo has no
I'm
idea
just
you're even
gonna-
trying.
I'm just gonna leave. Like,
This is working perfectly as I imagined it would.
Absolutely.
yeah.
As all one shots go.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I will wait the 10 minutes.
Okay.
okay,
So Chris and Sarah can get water breathing then.
okay,
I
yep.
wanted to talk to the bartender about why he's still serving water, knowing that it's hurting residents.
That's
So-
a great question. That's,
The bartender or the barmaid?
Both of them.
Okay.
Okay, because the bartender would tell you he doesn't serve patrons water, but his
When you want to wave to Fred?
barmaid does.
Oh, then.
No.
Is he not the owner? Or are you not the owner? Kind of.
He does not own the bar. No,
Okay.
he works the bar.
Then barmaid it is.
So the barmaid comes out.
uh-oh, did we lose Fred?
Oh no! Did we lose him?
Yeah, he froze for me too.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's a hard internet lag. No. Oh no. Of all the nights to have a problem.
Oh.
His power went out.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
really
good.
hope
He would drop
not.
immediately if you didn't have power.
I mean, same if he... Well, I guess if he blue screened, it might take a minute, but I'd be very surprised. It's
At
gonna be
least it's
internet.
not too unfortunate of a frozen face. Probably could have been a little more.
Could have been way worse, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Oh, there
You want to text him, Chris or Rick? Oh, he left.
Everybody disappears.
Yeah.
I think it's time we leave the tavern.
Yeah. I'm
I don't
leaving
know
the
how
tavern.
long we can actually stay on to do this.
Yeah. No, Fred. Like we need to be out of here like an hour ago.
I think it all depends if he wants to actually wait like the true 10 minutes and like be by the book, or
No, it's you spend 10 minutes and you go. He's not gonna do that. He's rules as written guy, but he's not like time
true
is spent.
rules.
Well, Raw. I mean, I respect Raw. Like I was talking about it. I was like, yeah, Rick warned me. You're the guy that like, if you don't have your sword out when combat starts, you have to take an action. I'm like, well, that makes sense for like surprise rounds. But like, if you're walking through a cave, I'm gonna have my sword. He's like, of course, like that's implied. But like
Yeah,
when
you're
you
gonna be
get jumped
ready.
in a tavern, like you don't have your hammer out. Like you're gonna have to draw that. Like that makes sense. Apparently he had a guy he DM'd for that would like one action he would, and he was like, he didn't name this guy, but I think I know who it was. Who would attack with his rapier one turn. The next turn he would throw his dagger. The next turn he would bring his quarterstaff out. And the next turn in the attack. The turn, yeah, it's just a lot. So I get it.
Fred!
Welcome back.
Are
I'm
you
not back. I'm
alive?
on the phone.
What
I'm
happened?
waiting for it to come back.
Internet died.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hell of a night.
I just restarted the modem.
Nice. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yes, he
That's
just
that's
did.
what I'm doing.
I know. Have you ever watched the IT crowd, the British IT crowd?
I have not.
You do yourself a favor, watch that. It's very funny.
You're funny.
You'll have a sensible chuckle.
Yeah, it's good time to take a break, right?
I guess, yeah.
There we go.
Before Charlie and Barbie.
I have 8 a.m. meetings tomorrow, but I don't need to say anything on them.
I would just like to say I am so glad that I get to actually see people's faces while we play.
This is
I
how I
don't-
normally do it.
Yeah, I don't have a camera, otherwise I would.
How do you not own a camera? Hutch.
Because I have a custom built computer
So?
that I did not want to put a camera on, and my laptop is in my bag upstairs.
I don't understand what a custom built computer has anything to do with putting a camera on.
I spent the $200 I would spend on a camera on a shit DAC.
Or you,
that-
or you, instead of going skiing, buy a camera. Like, didn't you just go skiing?
I go skiing every weekend, my dude.
Didn't you just go buy a car?
Nope. I did not go buy a car. Harrison, you can't use this for first logic.
But you went skiing. You wasted money on skiing when you could have bought.
No, I go
No,
skiing
Not a
every weekend.
waste.
I go skiing every weekend.
That's every weekend you could have bought a camera.
No, I spent $400 on a season pass back last
He
April.
spent 400. He could have bought 2 cameras.
I don't think you
Two.
understand how
What are you
expensive
talking about?
skiing
You could have
is.
caught like 5 cameras.
I know. I didn't spend
He
$200
also
on
could
a
have
camera.
could have bought like a
The camera.
TV. He could have bought a lot of meals to eat.
Oh, I know. Like the
He could have
whole the
got
camera I want
cigarettes,
is.
and we might have not have seen him anymore.
Yeah, the camera I want is like.
Oh wait, that's my
$189.
dad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Could have went and got milk
Yeah.
forever.
I think
Diapers.
like I would like to get a camera for the setup, but I have to change things up. I have to get like a key light and everything down here, and I don't want to do that.
I mean, listen, I get
Why?
it. There's many times I have to go get diapers, and I'm just like,
Oh, dude.
do
you
I
didn't do
come
the
back?
reusable diaper route? Because let me tell
Bro,
you,
just
Do I come out?
garden
Do
hose.
I just leave forever?
I could just go get milk and never come back.
Hey, honey, why do you have a
The doorstep.
backpack on? I thought you were going to go get diapers.
Shut up.
Don't worry about it.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Let's see. This is why I take a backpack to work every day. You'll never
Yeah.
know.
You never know. You can never see me again.
I also need to make a to-go bag for my car, but it comes later.
I also didn't think that we would have to turn this into 3 sessions. I'm just
Look, I
I'm
knew
just
as
putting
soon
it out
as
there.
soon as we had Harrison. It's not a dig at you. I knew as soon as Harrison was involved, like this is gonna be a bit. This is gonna be a bit.
No, I'm
I've
gonna
been quiet 90%.
gonna try to make
of
it
this.
2
The
for
fuck
us.
are you talking about?
But it'll probably be 2
It
sessions.
gets easily derailed when you people are here with you.
All right, is everybody here?
Yeah,
Got
we're
Rick
here.
back. Chris,
We've
you're here.
returned.
I've just had my headset off.
Okay. So you asked about, and so I do have to say this. I was still hearing you guys when I froze. So you're like, oh, Fred's camera froze. And I'm like, I'm here. I'm alive.
That's
I'm a
amazing.
real human being.
And you guys are talking about me. And I'm like, now I know what it feels like to be a ghost.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the
No,
barmaid
no, no.
would
Now you know what it feels like to edit the D&D sessions that you DM. Half the time that I walk away and I'm like, well, at least I'll be able to hear what they're chatting about while I'm fucking editing this shit down.
Yeah. Rick sucks ass. Ugh. No, so the barmaid goes and explains to you that yes, she did get water for the elven gentleman that was here last night. Was there a problem with it? I mean, I know you poured it on the table.
It was more of, if you live in this town, then you know the issues with the water. So are you trying to hurt your patrons?
Well, if somebody asks for water, I'm gonna give them water, and they're not 100% sure that the water is causing deaths. And also our water gets blessed by the cleric.
Okay.
Is he a
I would
real
s-
cleric?
I I hope. Oh, you are you here? Yeah. I hope she's a real cleric. She's been with the town for quite some time.
Say, I'm just gonna be like, take care of your people and maybe be a bit more wary of others. And then leave.
And deuces. All right.
Deuces out.
I just like hover flutter away with my fucking 12-foot wingspan.
I guess that's our cue to get out of here. Good
Your
night,
wings
folks.
hit the door on the way out.
Of course.
So, question:
I mean-
are we going to another map, or is this just kind of like a travel point?
Uh, Travel is just going to be poof, we're there now.
Okay.
Yeah,
pretty
I'm.
much.
So-
I
I'm
just
going
want
to
to
the
shorten it.
fireside monitor.
Just
monastery,
as
so.
a general point of notice, so
No.
Emery's and actually, so we don't know everyone's name, do we?
I introduced myself to everyone.
Yeah, no, not you. Everyone else though. So like the owl person
The
has
owl.
not actually said their name. Has the
Correct.
satyr? I'm pretty
I
sure we
have-
know what you are in terms of visually, but
Yeah, but other than no, I didn't even introduce
Okay.
myself to Argento,
so
so no.
first and foremost, as we're walking to the um, whatever the giant.
Fireside Monastery.
Thank you, monastery. Thank you.
The note taker is here.
So while we're on our way over there, Argento would once again probably just start reintroducing himself to people. So he already knows Emery's, so he just kind of nodded him, and he's already, got acquainted with this armored gentleman. So he'd walk back over to the satyr first, probably, and just. So I know we only had so much time in there. I'm Argento, though. Again, for note, your name was.
Morwin or Teller, either one is perfectly fine.
Morwin or Teller? Like your last name is Orteller? Or Morwin or Teller, as in one or the other?
One or the other.
Morwin Teller. Gotcha. Gonna
You're-
forget
Ellen,
probably, so
Good to
heads
meet you,
up.
Emery's.
You hear from the front of the group. Octavius Cassius.
Pleasure
Just-
all.
And then he would do the same thing, walk up to the owl, just, hi, Argento, good to meet you. Your name is.
I just shake your hand. Nice to meet you, and then fly up in the air and just follow overhead.
So
being
actually,
able to watch everything.
The interesting thing is, if you don't answer before you can fly off, Argento probably wouldn't release your hand. He'd just stare you in the eyes for a minute and just. Your name is.
Is this a grapple check?
If you need to, if you're gonna truly try and fly away, I'd be more than happy to.
I will just look at you and just with however comedically you want this, a smile appears and I just go, no one.
So
How does
you
an
owl
just
smile?
want us to call you no one this whole time?
I am no one.
I hate people. I hate people. I hate people. It just like releases your hand and walks away from you.
I'm just gonna fly
it's-
above.
It's a
So I
perfectly
can-
approachable name.
No, that is. I don't even like being around societies, and I know that that's bad manners.
Then why come to a society?
That's actually a very good point. Well, I guess now's as good a time as any. And with you saying that, thank you. Since everyone else has fully introduced themselves, he would again kind of take a step back, give, bring some attention to himself, and just. So, yeah, Argento here again, just as a reminder, and I should probably introduce my better half, and just kind of waves his hand, and as he does so, you would watch this strangely grayscale woman walk just out of space next to him. She would kind of. She's the same exact height as him, so she would just kind of put an arm up on his shoulder, lean on him. It flashed you all a very attractive smile, very charismatic is probably a better term. You would notice with them standing next to each other that her face is almost identical to his, just lacking a lot of the kind of male kind of notes, no Adam's apple, maybe slightly less defined, like jawline, things like that. But otherwise, they would look almost like identical twins, except for her hair is much longer. Very clearly, her eyes are a little bit more gentle, at least in the way they look at first glance. And this girl seems far more warm in sort of body language. But yeah, she is otherwise
Yes,
completely grayscale and just standing there semi-transparent.
So that's what you
Oh.
meant the other day, kid.
Yeah, there's two of us.
This was the royal we. Oh, hold on.
No,
This was
it's
the
not
royal we you were talking about.
There's no royal. She's right here.
I mean, you're just saying we in a group and not saying who it was.
Because
If we're
she
introducing our better
has
half,
her
here's my
own-
hammer. His name is Hamantha.
I mean, does your hammer have opinions and
Yes.
thoughts and feelings?
It does. I mean, she talks to me.
Then yes, we can take it into account just as Aura.
Oh, great.
All right. Anyway, she says, "Good to meet you all." And as he notes that, she would like wave at everybody, and again flash a fairly charismatic smile, but no words seem to be spoken.
Emery's would say a druidic blessing and carry on.
Can't
In
speak for
druidic,
herself.
or
In druidic, yes.
yeah, I just want to make sure. Gotcha.
Can't speak for herself, it seems.
And as you kind of bring that up, Aura would step forward and just walk up to you and actually stick a hand out for a handshake.
I'll extend mine as well.
Yeah, so you'd be able to grip Aura's hand. There's definitely something there. You'd feel physical force as much as anyone else, although it's probably pretty strange considering you can see through the hand that is extended to you, at least to a small degree. And she would just kind of nod and smile at you. But as she does so, she would also point to her mouth, and then as soon as you stop shaking hands, she'd make like a little X, like can't talk.
So mute.
Shrugs
That's respectable.
shrugs her shoulders and shakes her head no, but also gives a thumbs up afterwards.
Close enough to it.
Just nods.
Does, since you summoned her, does this not exhaust you?
Technically, no. There's really not much limitation on it, strangely. At least not that we found. A strong enough force will knock her back into her plane, but otherwise, we can coexist, sort of.
One more companion to help our battle.
She's honestly more likely gonna be more help than me. And at that point,
Only
she also
time
would
will
like
tell.
walk back over and just like wrap an arm around his shoulders and shake her head no and like give another thumbs up.
I'll posit the group. So we have seems to be a twofold problem here.
There seems to be something with the water that we can't. No one can drink it, and then also Theldin, we have to save. So, do you guys want to
I'd
tackle
like to
both
point
these
out
situations?
we don't have a twofold problem that the town maybe does. All we were hired. Were we even hired? I guess all we're supposed
There's no
to
money
do
exchange. I already have
is help Felden or whatever.
yeah, I already have a task to find this man, so this is already fine. But
Yeah, that's
um,
you. I don't even know why I'm. Well, I guess I need to go to the forge anyway.
I heard no discussion of money.
Yeah.
Are you still up in the air?
Oh yeah.
I look up.
And that was
Yeah,
in
I don't
common?
know if we're getting paid, but I think there's something about the water. We might be able to ransom it.
To be Sylvan.
Sylvan. Okay, so only
So
one person
only I would have
understands
understood
that.
I
and
also
he,
know
I,
Sylvan.
I yell
oh,
back up at him
interesting.
indeed.
So at
Yeah.
least, so
Oh, there we
three
go.
of us at least, Argento would hear that and look up and just, yeah,
Don't-
that's. Oh God, we should have brought that up. Fuck.
Don't you know Sylvan too, Chris?
He
But-
doesn't. He
Oh,
probably knows
damn.
Elvish by
No.
base because he's an elf.
He
But
knows-
Sylvan's on the like it's on the table for most elves, but it's not like a necessity language, I guess maybe they would put it.
He just gets
Sylvan-
broken bits and pieces.
Sylvan is more for
is the
Fey.
Feywild
Yeah,
version of Elvish.
which is why it
basically.
makes more sense for me to have it than Chris.
Back to my original thing.
So we're going to the monastery. They're probably going to ask us to fix the water. Let's just cut to the chase here.
Well, first step to fixing it, don't piss in it.
Yeah, if
This is
they
true.
ask, we deal with it. Until
Now we'll
then,
put
that's
this dick
someone
back.
else's problem.
I mean, if you guys need to get paid, that's one thing. I'm fine regardless.
I actually don't give a shit about money, but if we can get that forge going again, I'd be really grateful.
I
So
mean,
water, and then what do you need with this forge?
So he kind of scratches his chin and then looks next to him at Aura and just
Is she out still?
her. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Her.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, I just need the human. I just need Theldon. That's what I was told to grab.
Yeah, I'm hoping he can make her a body from the
Oh,
Starforge.
I
like
Are
I
you
like a
okay with that?
warforged? I'm fine with it.
Okay, good. So then we're good. We're okay.
I
in
just need him. If he needs to do something first, as long as he comes back with me, it's all good.
No,
in
I need him to
Sylvan.
stay there to make her a body, though.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, when he's done, I can take him back to.
Okay,
I
good.
don't know where I'm from right
Same
now, but
same page. Glad. Good.
In Sylvan, I want to state to the two that I've noticed that understand my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
The masked one plans on taking the uncle
I think he's
away.
supposed to, I don't know, meet him? He sounds like he was just supposed to be here for him. I don't know.
I heard he plans on taking him to wherever he is from,
Okay,
not back to
so
his
here's the
nephew.
deal. I already made it clear I need the body. You mentioned money. Do you need money?
Money is always nice.
I'll give you any rewards I find here if you help me make sure that we get her a body. Just kind of casually points to Aura again.
I will help you, but I don't trust the one who is trying to take our claim away.
That's fine. 2 against 1. 3 against 1. Sorry, Aura.
4 against 1 for the one who also speaks our tongue.
I
Oh?
mean, I don't know.
Oh my god. How did you even notice that? As she's like starts or he starts speaking. Argento had no realization.
I. Who knows if he's going to take away? It could just be in need of word. I mean, we're more trialed with the well being of a person, and whether we want to encompass the town as well with the other issue, that is our choice. Um, but if you're that wary, then we just need to hold on to our person first. Or our captured
Yeah,
man, or
stake our
whatever.
claim. I get what you're saying. Agreed.
I
So
just state
there's
that we keep an
4
eye
of
on
us
him.
in agreement then that we rescue. That's fine, but make sure we all get whatever we're looking for first.
Oh, agreed. I just state that we keep an eye on the one staking that he wants to take him back to his homeland.
I'm
Nope.
not. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Aura's been keeping an eye on all of you since we met.
That's fine. I have
So
no ill intent towards any of you.
just again, just thumbs up.
I mean, the well being of the town that we're in is most preferred.
So you like rescuing people, huh?
Was
Not
there
rescue.
any?
What was that, Sarah?
Not rescue, just sustain.
Hmm.
Like, as for the water issue, I know that it's related to the mountain, hence forth why I'm here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
So,
lie. If it's related to the mountain, then it's probably forge related. As
We
far
still
as
talking in
my
Sylvan?
yes, as far as
yeah.
my
Absolutely.
understanding goes, this whole mountain is kind of that's the thing here.
So, our lovely bird friend can keep an eye on the armor. The duo can focus on the body he's looking to obtain, and then making sure our captor is safe, and I'll focus on the water. At least for our little task at hand.
So you would definitely notice that as you mentioned, like you'll focus on the water. Aura does kind of like rib Argento, nudges him in a way that he's okay. I guess um, Aura says she'll help with the water too.
Any assistance is a glad help.
Yeah, I didn't want to go out of our way more than we had to.
Let us not keep the other two in the dark, shall we?
I mean, I'm pretty
It's
sure
quite
they're
rude.
probably thinking we're planning a murder. So immediately switches to common. It's okay. We're not gonna kill you guys.
Clearly he's trying to kill us.
If I was gonna do that, it'd be from further away.
Sarcasm, mate.
I
Have
gave
we
you lots
arrived
of
at the
drinks,
monastery
so
yet?
I feel like I'm invested in you.
It's a weird way to say with buds, but all right, we'll go with that.
Yeah, hearing that, Argent just is that what that means?
Oh, I'm gonna be real invested in that one. Don't worry.
Yes, you've made
That
friends.
sounded oddly sexual.
Yes, because it was. You got to read between the lines on them.
But
He's a horny bugger, ain't he?
it seemed more overt than hidden.
Monastery then.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Also,
Yeah.
Fred,
Also,
don't tell me
anybody
you-
else?
did I? You were, I think, away while I did it. I just want to make sure for the group, I didn't overstep my bounds with the mountain kind of revolved around the Starforge thing, right? We were talking about the water being contaminated. Argento made kind of a step to say it's probably likely related to the forge.
Oh yeah, I mean
I
that's
feel like that.
that's what
that
your
makes
character
sense.
would think.
Good
I just
assumption.
wanted
Yeah.
to make sure that I was not misleading the group in any way that you would have mentioned.
Well,
when you
you
were
were
here,
speaking
so.
in Sylvan at that point to 3 people.
That's fair. I'm just more talking to DM as DM. That's all.
I mean, really two, but yeah.
Fred, what time were you trying to end? Because I don't want to keep you up too late.
Yeah, we're probably gonna end in about half an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
Like 10 o'clock. But yeah, so we'll just anybody else want to do any role play before we get to the Fireside Monastery?
No.
I mean, I'm fine with this taking 3 sessions, 4 sessions. I don't really care. It's a one shot, so however long it takes to finish the campaign, it
Gotcha.
takes, right?
6 months later.
That's fine
No.
with me.
Better question. Do you want me to edit it all into one big thing, or do you want me to do it as multiple episodes?
No, you
answer
can do
later.
multiple episodes.
Alrighty.
And just make sure, you and the DM froze. 10 hours later.
force took him away. Also,
Okay.
the entire time that we're going, I am flying above, playing the viola the entire time,
How high above us?
like 20 feet, so I'm within earshot.
Perfect. Perfect.
What clef is the viola in?
Sharp Z.
No.
Great answer. Best answer you
God.
could have given.
You guys should see the Fireside Monastery map.
Dude,
Yes, we do.
If
how did
if-
you,
He's
You
got
like
everything
that?
set.
dude?
it moves, huh? You just wait. I got even better maps.
Rick, I cannot wait till we go to VVT.
VTT has. I'm
So this-
assuming this is better because it's more recent.
This is a
content, but,
live map.
You know?
Oh my god.
You might be able to do this in Roll20. I don't know.
The
Oh
DM
my
100% be
God.
able to do this in
Is that a crunchy boy?
fantasy grounds.
That is, in fact, Jorts over there.
That is
No,
a crunchy boy.
I just noticed Farge is here.
Oh
I'm
man,
scared now.
it's
Yeah, over here.
I'm gonna stay away from that stinky one.
Where are we entering
crunchy
in at?
boy?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you guys will be down here at the bottom of the map.
Okay.
Cannot.
So
feel
this is
myself.
the entrance way here. So I'll read you guys. I'll read you in, and we're gonna start from a little further out, and then get up to the Fireside Monastery.
I do not have permission to drop Emery's on the map for some reason.
Yeah, I also don't seem to be able to.
Okay. So I will drop the characters.
Yeah, probably
They're
better.
gonna appear like in the middle of the map.
Alrighty.
There we go. Let me know if you guys can click on your guys.
It works fine as long as it's on map.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, just put them down here. This is the entrance.
I
So-
guess at this point, Fred, as well, just to fair, Aura, I guess, would be out with us.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
so, Yeah.
That makes sense. There's Aura.
Dankeschön, Captain. Can I move her? Yeah, good, perfect. Just select
Okay.
both later.
In the near distance, the Fireside Monastery comes into view. The party is greeted by a serene landscape that exudes an aura of mysticism and tranquility. Near the edge of the mountain's tree line, towering evergreen trees hid the Fireside Monastery until this point, a secluded sanctuary far removed from the hustle and bustle of civilization. The monastery's imposing stone walls rise majestically from the earth, weathered by centuries of wind and rain. Intricate carvings depict tales of ancient giants and fighters adorn the facade, a testament of a storied history. Standing at the gates of the monastery, you see a towering figure of strength and virtue, a fur blog most this fur blog must be over 8 feet tall. I don't. I'm scared that Rick's putting his head down.
Furbolg.
No, I'm just thinking. Just
Furbolg.
more. I'm
Okay.
more imagining it in my head as opposed to viewing them out.
The muscular physique speaks of years of disciplined training and unwavering dedication. As you have expected, the furbolg is wearing a gi with embroidery depicting ancient symbols. This is held tight at the waist by a belt of woven leather with colored tips. As the party approaches
Color.
the hollowed... What color?
Yep.
They're black.
Okay.
Specifically for this one.
Okay. Sorry.
As the party approaches the hallowed grounds of the Fireside Monastery, this fur blog
Fearbolg.
bolg, I can never pronounce it correctly.
Fearbolg.
Fear, as in F-E-R.
Yeah, it's
Even though
pronounced
it's-
Fearbolg.
Even though it's like a fur, like a tree.
Yeah, it's Fearbolg.
I mean,
I thought
either
it was
or, honestly.
Furbog.
Yeah, either one of those two is fine, but it's Bolg. Like,
Yeah.
almost like
Bolg.
bulge, but Bolg.
Bolg.
I
okay.
think Fear Bulge would be really good.
We got to make sure you keep this
Scary
part in,
bulge.
right? So that everybody understands how to
Yeah,
pronounce
it's
this.
obvious.
Gotcha.
Fear Bulge. So the Fear
Um,
Bulge are out.
Yeah, the fear bulge in the
Scary,
pants.
the scary dick. Okay.
Yeah. This is gonna get even better. The fear bulg presence commanding attention, even amidst the tranquility of the surroundings. With a gentle smile that belies the strength within, she steps forward to greet the weary travelers, her voice resonating with warmth and welcome.
So the Fear Bulge woman comes up with her camel
Is-
toe to come greet us.
Yeah, pretty much. Welcome, travelers, to the Fireside Monastery. She begins, her tone infused with serene sense of peace. I am Diasma, guardian of the sacred halls and humble servant to the ancient traditions that dwell within. She respectfully bows. Her gaze sweeps across the faces of the party, her eyes alight with curiosity and kindness as she takes measure of each individual before her. It warms my heart to see faces seeking solace and wisdom amidst the trials of the world. Diasma continues her words, carrying the weight of centuries of tradition and wisdom. Know that you are welcome here, dear friends, and that the fires of enlightenment burn brightly within these walls. With a graceful gesture, Diasma invites the party to follow her deeper into the monastery, where the mysteries of the ancient martial arts await and the path of enlightenment unfolds with each step taken in faith and fellowship. Come, she beckons, her voice a soothing melody that echoes through the corridors of the monastery. Let us embark upon the journey together for a unity and strength. And at that moment, you guys see that the symbols on her gi shimmer and fade. We shall find the courage to overcome even the greatest of challenges that lie ahead. And you are greeted into the monastery.
I would put my arms and my wings to my side and bow to her, and then walk in.
Hey guys,
Nice,
before we
nice change
go
of pace.
too far, I have a question. What are we doing here?
We were to speak to them to learn more about the giants that we will most likely be facing, so we have a better understanding for all of us.
In
Okay.
a strange turn of events, the Birdman is very on point.
So
I state this in Sylvan
I
to
just
her.
want. That's fine. That's fine.
I'm going to say this as a person. Harrison, we do have to work as a group. Stop trying to instigate fights amongst
I'm
the
not
party members.
trying to instigate anything.
So,
If you
returning-
get offended, it's your problem.
We do have to work as a group.
Yeah,
So
returning comment
Yes,
in Sylvan,
we have
since
to work as a
apparently he
group.
did say it that way. Just more. Okay, I just want to make sure we don't end up staying here longer than necessary. That's all we're looking for, right?
As far as I understand, that's what he spoke of.
Thumbs up.
She.
Place to make you feel uneasy.
I don't, um, yes. I don't like the walls. It's gonna be harder to get out if I need to.
You can stay out here and be our guard.
Oh, thank God.
And one of us can summon.
Oh, fuck
Summon
you,
you.
Aura. And you notice that, like, his sister's already pushing him in. Just,
Pushing those
there any,
social
like-
boundaries.
Is there any like surrender weapons, or we're just like walking in, Fred?
Nope. You're free to come in.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Alright, so
Um,
if our intention is to just gain information on the giants, Argento has no interest in staying here longer than we have to. So since he's already been pushed in, he takes and just looks at the group and goes, Can I try first?
Of course.
Try.
There's no
It's a
reason why you couldn't.
So
conversation.
as soon as he's given permission, rubs his face, takes and runs his hands through his hair, and as soon as he opens his eyes, he stares at this woman, and Fred, I'm using panache. Let's see how this works. If we're gonna have fun with the last little bit we have, we might as well have as much fun as we can. So my intention is, she's non-hostile, so my goal is to charm her for a minute. It's a persuasion check, contested by creature's insight check. Let's see what we got.
Can I help her somehow?
Help her or help me?
Help you. Sorry, help him.
Did the die
Sorry.
get
I
stuck?
mean, if
Oh no, there goes 23.
I gotta see what her table is. Okay, so you said I needed to roll what for Diasma?
It was an insight check against my persuasion check, so the DC is a 23.
Okay. Wow.
yeah, you rolled well, bud.
You're
You have a plus 12. What the fuck?
That's hot,
Insight
bro.
is what? Wisdom.
Thought my plus 8 was fancy, but damn, all right.
I'm a fucking rogue. What do you want from me?
I'm paladin. I'm real good at talking.
You
Sometimes.
just have a charisma stat. You ain't
Yeah,
better than a
about it.
rogue.
No.
So I rolled 18.
Okay, so all that happens is she is charmed by me for a minute, but I'm using that fucking minute. I don't know how you want to do it, but if I've got 10 rounds, I'll ask 10 fucking questions if that's what it takes. Like, I'm ready.
I just want to make sure she can be charmed.
That's fair. Although I would try and point out this is not a magical charm. It is literally me just being a charismatic person.
You are just looking.
You have an
luscious
ability
as
called
fuck.
panache. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm a swashbuckler. I have panache.
Oh God. You
So
are.
literally all he did is brush his
I
hair back,
know.
get as charismatic as he could, and lean in close, ready to just.
I know. I play.
Mwah.
Yeah. So ask away, I guess. I mean,
So,
you can
first
ask
and
a ton of
foremost-
questions.
First and foremost, Argento just goes, My dear, we are sadly faced with the arduous task of overcoming potentially a fire giant kidnapping. Is there any way that you could help us so that we may be far more knowledgeable about the foes we face and perhaps how to overcome them?
We have seen the fire giants walk through the forest up until the mountain peak of the Starforge. Yesterday. 2 days before that, they had come down and back up in the same day. As we master the arts here of wrestling giants ourselves, we were able to determine that the leader is Brim Carta. Sorry, Brim's Carta.
The leader of the fire giants. Okay.
The leader of the fire giants. And she is most likely taking the blacksmith to the Starforge to make some sort of weapon to bring her back into the good graces of the fire giants.
Bryn Scarda?
Brims Carta. Can you put it in
Brim's
the chat
Carta.
potentially?
Yeah.
And again, I just make sure everyone is clear. This is in common. She is talking in
Mhm.
common, so
Yeah.
all of us are aware of this. Thank you. Oh, actually, I would have spelled it wrong. Okay, thank you. So that's all right, and that's the leader of the fire giants. Gotcha.
It's not okay. That was close.
I thought it was
It
dwarves.
could be pronounced many different ways, I think. You know,
No,
you
you
could do
did
the S on
You
brims,
did
or
good.
you could do the S on the ka.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I just
Brim's
think
Carta or
the
Bryn
thing is,
Scarda?
I assumed it was two different words, so that was my big issue. But yeah,
She's the leader of the fire giants?
This group.
okay. Of the group that
Yes.
they witnessed leave, go
Correct.
back. Yeah, okay.
Yes, she's becoming a more disgraced giant since she's falling in the rankings.
Good night,
There are
Ken.
rumors that she is a smith herself, and she's going to build something, but needed additional help.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess Argento would kind of see that she's that was his like tester question to see, what the state of how the thing worked. So at this point, he looks at the party and just says, "I'm more than willing to ask what I want to know, but does anyone else want to get in on this?" Just so you guys can potentially try and ask questions as well, get some more info.
I have no questions. You just kind of answered that. There were no thoughts, just vibes.
Oh no! Don't make me send you the song. Don't think, just jam.
I know the song.
Don't think, just jam. Okay, so if Argento doesn't really have any interest from others, it looks actually like Emery's might be talking to someone. I don't know if we want to.
Yeah.
I'll look back. at
sorry, I
the
didn't
map
realize.
who's
Yeah,
standing
it's fine.
so
Chris is
far
pretty good
away.
about that. I've gotten
And
very good in my campaign about any time it pops. I'm like, what did Chris say?
I look over at the large masked one
Oh,
that's like 15 feet away from us and just be like, "You got any questions?"
Large masked one? Are you talking about about Hutch's character? Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he would have heard me ask that too, because I was trying to do that to the general party. But
It's just asking the character.
yeah.
I mean, I
So-
would have one, maybe, of this is the place where you wrestle these fire giants?
Oh yeah, that was mentioned, wasn't it?
But we-
In similar vein, if it is where you wrestle them, can you teach us how to overcome fire giants?
What if they're not hostile immediately?
Totally agree. Yeah, wrestling is about submission, right? And Ara just like immediately puts him in a fake headlock and just, yeah, that I get it. Thank you.
I truly miss having Bud Honeymead right now. The
You would,
grappler extraordinaire.
you would lose.
No.
Just because, as
She wouldn't
as
grapple
she
you.
said, these people have their own rank. So, I mean, do they have their own society? Why are societies clashing with one another? Are you intentionally setting up matches to battle one another, or of that sort?
Are the
Yep.
wrestling matches of their own
just
free
just as a
will?
way to make
Yeah.
sure that the character, everything that he just asked, if you could, I'd love an answer. Since I'm the one who's
Sorry.
charmed. So, no, I'm the one who's charmed up, so I'm going to make sure that I'm like, the character is going to drive any questions that you guys have to the person.
Yeah, what they said.
Exactly.
Yeah. So she would address. I mean, she would address the group as a whole, and explain that these here are all students, and we have a long tradition of fighting giants. It gets passed down through each generation. I am the most senior giant wrestler and have been here for many seasons. And she would go in to probably tell you that no, we don't fight giants here in the monastery. Like, it's for combat purposes. There was more giants in this area previously, and now there's there's far less. So there's not much of a need, but people from all over the world come here to study the martial arts, and
Okay. So
yeah.
hearing that, Argento definitely leans in a little closer. Gets a little within her personal space. Got that charm going, right? So he goes, and so, with all that being said, there's nothing you could tell us about perhaps a fire giant's weakness, or you see, the issue is we need to rescue someone, my dear, and if you respect these giants so, well, I don't want to have to hurt them more than necessary. I'm sure you can help me understand how to do that. Yes?
Would it help
Try
if I went
try
on
and
the
push for
other
that
side?
secret information that she might got.
Would it help if I went on the other side of him and fluttered a little
I
bit to get
if
some
he
nice
it
flowing
wouldn't
wind
help
for
it
his
wouldn't help
hair?
anyway because if I need to do any sort of check related to like charisma, I think I have advantage right now. My what's the charm stat?
But it would be
I see
beautiful.
what I see what you're saying. It's just you would notice already that technically, if she is charmed, she's like batting her eyelashes at Argento. Very clearly she's going to answer anything that he says. Yeah,
Just
it's
holding a
ad-
fan,
advantage
blowing.
on advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature, whatever the fuck that might be.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Can I ask a question to her once he's done?
I mean, if he allows
please,
it, but
please ask.
so as far as weaknesses go,
hmm
she would probably, I guess she would say, well, the reason why we try to be wrestlers is because fire giants aren't really, or giants aren't really known for their dexterity.
That
Being a strength-based
is
character
a
is
very
rather
fair
unfortunate.
point, but you are able to not just be overcome by their overwhelming strength?
And that's why we study the martial arts to become more one with our movements and see their movements before they actually know what they're doing.
So
Are
what you're saying
there...
is we went to an Aikido temple.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Are there any...
Basically,
jujitsu.
Are there any techniques that could be quickly taught to us, so that we may rescue this person in a meaningful time without, having to spend potentially years learning what you can offer?
There's no easy way to learn or master these arts. Otherwise, no one would be here. We do have challenges if you would like to partake in, and through those challenges, you may learn a thing or two about becoming a giant wrestler. And of course, these being fire giants, I am going to say it, attacking with fire is not a good thing.
Looks at all of my fire spells. Shit.
Fuck!
Look at Sunforger. Well,
Oh god.
you aren't very good at fire things, are? Oh shit, you're entirely
Well,
fire.
okay, yeah, I guess that's so. These challenges of yours, I guess, what do they entail?
Quickly,
Yes,
before
please, go right
before
ahead.
you
Go right ahead.
when you're wrestling these giants, is this of their own accord, or is this a
Is this
is
a
this a
struggle snuggle?
hostile is this a hostile thing? Are these giants also competing with you, or are you just
This is
running into the
defense.
camp and screaming motherfucker and beating the shit out of these people for no apparent reason?
this
This-
sounds like a temple of war.
This is defense. We
I understand
again
that.
do not wrestle giants in the monastery. This is for protection. We learn these ways to be able to help those who cannot help themselves.
Just laying it on thick, Argento's just, oh, you are just so perfect for us right now. Just everything we need to be able to protect this man who was abducted by the fire giants. Just trying to keep
I'm
her
just
charmed as
combing
long
his
as
hair.
possible. You're
combing
keeping
his
it
hair.
perfect for me.
So she would be like, so your goal is to go save the blacksmith from the fire giants?
That is
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
I am stunned. You have already received news. It is the blacksmith. That your information networks they must be astounding.
You still panashing?
By the way,
I'm
meanwhile,
like-
I should mention every time that like Argento is doing something good, Aura is right behind him massaging his shoulders, just like yeah, exactly. Keep going. You're doing it
I'm
right.
like
You know,
using-
the better the massage, the more he knows he's on the right path.
I just use my wings and I like brush off his pants to really make sure that bulge is there for him.
Yeah,
It's nothing right now.
there's nothing
This
there.
is all an act. You realize immediately.
Yeah. She would tell you that they have their own scouts in the area, and that's how they knew that Brimskarda was going up and down the mountain. And
Yeah.
they had seen who it was.
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally. Okay, yes, great. So, about these challenges again, I guess the next question would be how do we partake if they are going to potentially help us?
Okay. Um,
I'm assuming
do we
this will be
want
next session,
to, before we go into challenges, do we want to go over to Chris?
That's probably fair. Yeah, he's been standing there for a bit.
And I don't know, Hutch, if you want to say anything or
No. He's singularly focused. This is how this man is. If it's gonna
Okay.
better him taking on the fire giants, he'll do the challenges. If not, he'll just keep going up the mountain alone.
Did you want to join the party then and talking to her instead of standing 20 feet away?
I am directly with the group. This is the person that was talking.
No, the person who's talking is the person next to me.
is this woman up here?
Where
Yeah,
did
you
you
been-
ping? Where did you ping?
The woman
Right
that's flashing.
here.
The woman that's flashing?
Where
Not
the
standing
entire
as
group
much.
is
If you
standing?
mouse over, it says Diasma.
Diasma, yeah.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, is it not
Oh,
moving?
it
Oh,
shows
it's-
you at the gate.
Yeah, it shows
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
shows you-
I've been with the. I have been
That's
up
fine.
here.
That was
was
the
the
only
first
reason that the
person-
comments were made. It was because
I was
your
the
character
first
was
person.
back up a
Nothing
little,
has
so-
moved. I'm gonna refresh. I was the first
Yeah, yeah.
person to move up and walk in.
No, that's fine. It's just your character
Yeah.
was not, so we were all assuming that you were waiting for something else. That's all. So, yeah,
Nope,
let's
other
switch
than-
to. Let's
Alright,
just
Emrys.
definitely switch to Emery's for sure.
Alright, the fuck you doing around here for a good time, eh?
The guy that you're standing next to is just gonna look at you. I'm sorry. We do not curse in the monastery.
Chris, I just want to state this. He has the largest bulge in the entire monastery.
A
The largest.
fear bulge.
You could say a fearsome bulge.
No, just a fear one.
You're
One of
gonna
the
have to
fear.
forgive me vernacular. It's been a while since I've been back with people.
Thank you.
So the hell acceptable?
Depends on how you're using it.
The hell you do for fun around here, eh?
That is not how we use it. For
Tell me
fun,
I'm going, mate. I got my words. That's all I got about me.
for fun, we train, we learn, we inspire others.
All right. So what does that entail?
We have our weekly challenges, and we do our sparring through the day, every day.
Like right here in the yard, out there in the back, you got a secret fort somewhere nobody's told about?
Chris's accent is very good though.
And
So-
and we would look around. He would look around the monastery, and you would see people like are paired up, either sparring or talking or meditating. In the small groups of pairs. And he would say that the challenges are outside of the monastery. Everything else is inside.
All right, I got you. Well, thanks for answering my questions, mate.
You're welcome. Do you plan on staying here for very long?
I don't know. Something big. Knocking a fire giant off a throne, out of a cauldron, off a forge or something. They're kidnapped a person. Told to come here, and we could be told how to kick a fire giant in the crotch.
You could kick a fire giant in the crotch. That is correct. I would not recommend kicking Brimskarda in the crotch, as she is a female, and it will probably not do as much damage as you may think it will
Hey,
do.
hurts all the same if you get hit in the box, too.
Yes, your foot might just disappear.
It's a really big opening. Think about scaling.
Yeah, cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay.
All right, so challenges.
Okay.
Apparently, these people
Uh,
don't do anything fun except for sit around and look at the grass all day. Let's go climb a mountain or some shit.
Oh god, that sounds so much more
that's
fun than that.
that's good.
Well, before we do the mountain, we're
So
gonna do some challenges to get better acquainted with these fire giants.
yes, the challenges if we could.
Any of them challenges involve climbing a mountain?
Do any of the
Yes, the last one
challenges
involves
involve
changing it.
climbing a mountain?
The last one. When we leave.
Actually, one of the challenges is climbing a cliffside.
I
I'm in.
guess that's
Where's the cliff at?
that's the one Emery's will do, I guess.
So
Do they
she
watch
would,
us climb this?
We're gonna find out, that's for sure.
she would point towards the tapestries that are hanging on the inside walls,
Mhm.
ornate tapestries. So she would say, "Dear friends, within the sacred confines of the Fireside Monastery, the path to enlightenment is paved with trials and tribulations. Each one is a testament to the strength of body, mind, and spirit." She gestured towards a series of ornate tapestries adorning the walls, each depicting scenes of legendary heroes embarking on their trials of self-discovery and valor. Before you lie 3 challenges, each designed to test your resolve and awaken the dormant potential that resides within your hearts.
Fred, quick question for you.
Yep.
Do any of these tapestries have a symbol on them? Like denoting what kind of challenge they are?
So,
Or is it
it,
just like a painting style tapestry?
no, so each one would have their own symbol, and I'll actually touch on that.
Okay.
So the only reason I'm asking is I'm doing a rune carver thing, and I'm just if I see the symbols and if they are giant related, I know what they are, and I'm just carving them onto beads.
Okay. Um,
Interesting.
Actually, yeah, I like that flavor. That's good.
These challenges will produce your true virtues. The first challenge is that of grace, and you would see a symbol for grace. Now they're not
They're
well,
not giant runes.
right, they're not well, they're giant letters, right? So it would be whatever the word for grace is as a symbol.
So
Um,
I think I can vouch for Chris a little on this one. If that's the case, I'm pretty sure that he would. The runes that he knows, the carvings and shit, are just like the magic words for what. So yeah.
Right. So like when you saw her gi, right? And her gi lit up with
Yeah.
when she said unity and strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 symbols, and that was the symbol for unity and the symbol for strength.
Yeah, no, I know the giant language as well, so
Okay.
I would recognize them.
It's
so.
both. Yeah, he
Yeah.
actually knows
So
both the giant language and their magic runes. So he
right.
has more knowledge than most. Yeah.
So the first challenge is that of grace. She continues as her voice is infused with quiet reverence. In the training grounds under your feet, you will face trials of strength and agility, pushing yourself to the limits of physical endurance. Each competitor must walk carrying a 200-pound boulder across a 150-foot wide lava field. This boulder touches the ground and the competitor is disqualified. You will need to be the first to cross the finish line with your boulder to win. The second challenge is that of resolve, and she's pointing to the tapestries that depict these. Uh, at the base of the Unicorn River waterfall, you will confront the shadows of doubt and fear that linger within your souls. You will stand or sit on a wooden post beneath the roaring waterfall. If a competitor's body ceases to be in contact with the wooden post, the competitor is disqualified. The last competitor touching their post wins. And finally, the third challenge is that of the spirit. She concludes at the base of the 100-foot cliff, your spirit will need to embrace vulnerability and authenticity. Only then will you soar into the clouds as you climb up a hempen rope to the cliff top. The first competitor to reach the top without letting go of the rope wins.
Okay. I'm gonna just throw something at you. You can choose, of course, as always, to um,
Tell him to
Yeah.
fuck off.
with what might be left of my panache. Can I just kind of convince her to maybe explain them in more detail in a way that just kind of gives us a better breakdown of what each challenge is? So I don't even necessarily care about like I don't need to know that it's a dex check or whatever, but it was a little confusing to me about like
Yeah.
what's more towards
Right.
strength, what's more towards fortitude, what's more towards
Mhm.
dexterity. If
First one was
possible.
very strength driven.
Yeah, it sounded like, but
Strength or
considering some of the
constitution?
descriptions of the others, it made me a little kind of unsure. So I'm just wondering if we can be a little more clear.
Yep.
Mhm.
So the first one I described was that of Grace,
Okay.
which
Yep.
is called the Cloud Giant's Grace.
Okay.
And that's the one where you're carrying a 200-pound boulder across
Yes.
a 150
Right.
foot
Right.
wide
Okay.
lava field.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean that would have to do with obviously being able to carry a 200-pound boulder.
Yeah.
If your character can do that or not. I
Right.
would think probably most of you guys can.
I
think.
actually personally would not be able to. So that's kind
I
of why
wouldn't
I'm
either.
looking for more detail on that because like
I'm
that one
big
that
strong
one was
man.
understandable, but the others were a little bit more vague. So I was kind of
Yep.
like seeing So
And the second one was the Stone Giant's Resolve, which is what they do is they dam the waterfall. They have posts at the base of the waterfall. They will
you
put
sit on them,
they
right? Yeah.
they will coat you in magical mud paste that hardens after a minute.
Is the magical
You
paste like maybe we can ask questions? I don't know, but would the magical paste be something only someone who is magically inclined would be able to do?
no, all the competitors get coated in the paste
Okay,
unless you don't want it.
it's not okay. It's not an individual skill. It's something they do for you. Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
Honestly, it
Yeah.
sounds like you take a mud bath and stand at the bottom
No,
of
it's
a
fine.
waterfall.
I misunderstood.
Pretty much.
I thought it was more like they would teach you to do this sort of thing. Gotcha. Okay.
Nope. But that she would say that the waterfall is almost deafening, and being encased in mud is unpleasant. So that's kind of why it's like a resolve issue.
When you say resolve, is there more clarification we can get on that in terms of like you feel like you might need a lot of fortitude to do it, or it's something that you might need more a long-lived life, or like a lot of ability to mentally over like. Can you define it a little more? If not, don't worry. I'm just wondering.
Mm,
Again, no is always a fine answer. I don't mind.
yeah, I'm trying to think of a way to say it without like giving
it away. Right. That's why I was trying to do too.
Well, and I should say this too is you can all of these challenges aren't happening all at once.
Right.
So
No, absolutely.
all of you guys
and-
want to attempt it. You guys can
Well, we
all
should just
attempt.
start at the
Oh,
top.
okay. Because I was assuming it was more like we might need to
It's-
choose a best competitor.
No, you guys can
All
all
do them all
join
the same.
in, and like if you fail right away, you fail right
Okay.
away.
Okay. So maybe
Um,
that's the most important clarification I needed.
Yes.
Because that's
Yeah.
okay. If that's the
That's
case,
a good
then,
way to-
then I don't think it matters what each individual challenge is. Because
And-
if there's someone who's good at it, they'll be able to partake. So,
Right.
All right. All right.
And she does say that there's the prize for winning. There's only one prize for winning, and if it goes to one of
Goes to the
your
winner?
people, it goes to the group. Yeah, and the last one was the Stone Giant's Resolve. No, I'm sorry, the Fire Giant's Spirit, which was climbing up the cliffside with the rope. And I mean, if that's going to be
Yeah.
pulling
No, no.
yourself up a rope.
In all
You
honesty,
can't fly. So there's no flying, and in any of the competitions, there's no flying, and
Okay.
there's no dashing.
Yeah. In all
Um,
honesty, I think the thing that answered my question more than anything was the fact that we can all partake. So like, because I was looking more for try and help us understand who should do what, but if we can all
Yes.
do this, then that answered my question more than anything. So I think at that point, our
Aside from carrying a 200-pound
Yeah,
boulder, then
right.
that might be limited to.
I guess maybe I as a player should ask, since Aura is here with us like as a character at this point, would she also partake in the things, or is it just me? Is it like one per player?
I mean,
one-
she is you.
She is me by all stats, but by the way I'm playing her, it's not. So I don't know. That's kind of why I'm figuring I ask. If not, again, no is totally a fine answer. I never will
I
be
guess I
unsatisfied
don't
with
I
that.
don't see why not. Well,
Okay. It's literally giving me an advantage on every roll is the way to think about it. So if it's trials that are a roll you have to overcome, I would have advantage because I'd be rolling twice.
yeah, I'm just trying to think of how would you encase her in mud? Like it.
She
She has
she is still
physical
a physical body. She can hit
Okay.
things. She can
Okay.
push things. She can
Okay.
grapple
Then yeah.
things. As far as
Then
my
yeah.
understanding,
I don't see why she wouldn't be able to.
I guess it comes down to whether
Um.
the fact is I walked in with her as a thing. She looks weird, but yeah, okay.
Right.
What in all honesty, I feel like that's probably something we'll figure out next time. If I
Yeah.
posit it now, you have time to think about it. So
Yeah. No. I don't think that would be a problem having her do it as well.
partake. Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Other questions? I mean, anything else as far as the challenges go?
No, just
I'm all
we should
set.
just get going from the top.
Not for the challenges, but I did have one
More
more
questions for her?
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, now's the
Go ahead.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna stop right before we get to the challenges. So
Yeah,
if
that's what
we
I
have,
figured.
we're gonna ask questions now, and then maybe you think of questions for next time, and we'll, at the very beginning, do some questions there too.
You're smart. You're giving yourself a week where people can actually reach out to you if need be.
Yeah.
So my other question that I at least had for her of like what happened with these giants to cause this air quotes tradition?
Fucking buttons.
Just cause like
Yeah, I did the same thing, Chris.
Fucking buttons.
just cause the way this all seems is that you're just training a school of fighters for beings that don't attack you on a regular basis. It's you look for the fight. And then you've just been training for it for years, or like what's
Yeah.
the history behind this? Because I don't like in character pretty much. I don't like these people because that's how I'm thinking it. Is you're training for a fight constantly, so you're always looking for a fight constantly.
Yeah, because there wasn't really much clarification on whether or not they were.
Well,
like,
they didn't say they attack giants. They said they use it for defense, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she
giant-
said that if it's for protecting those that can't protect themselves, right? So giants were again more prevalent in this area previously, so the monastery was a much bigger deal back then. Now it's turned into more of a tradition thing, like a path to enlightenment, finding your inner self, kind of like any monastery, jujitsu,
Yeah, yeah.
temple is. So they're not actually actively looking for a fight, but if something happens, they want to be prepared, and they want to prepare other people because they know giants are in other parts of the world too, right? So
Gotcha.
people will come here to get trained and then maybe go to other things. But, that's why it's so tranquil, peaceful, serene here. It's not that they're just creating warriors to go and seek out giants and fight them.
Yeah, they're like any other martial art. It sounds like
Yeah.
it's about being ready to defend yourself. Yeah.
I
Self-defense.
don't know about
Yeah.
you, but I want to fuck people up whenever I do.
That's
Just go
that's
outside, and start
that's
beating
not
the shit out of people in the
self-defense.
parking lot.
That's self-offense. All right. Let's be.
Exactly. The best offense, best defense is good offense. Just saying.
No, we know where Shaquin stands.
It's called self-offense.
So she would notice Emrys, taking interest in the runes, right, in the symbols of each of the tapestries, and she's going to ask, "Can you read and understand these symbols?"
Oh yeah, got stuck out in the woods for a while on a hike. Came across the cavern with a bunch of this stuff on the walls. Learned how to read it.
Wait just a minute.
That is wonderful news. You may be able to help the whole countryside here. I'm not sure if you've heard, but there are people dying of waters that are poisoned.
Yeah, I heard something about that in the last town.
The Starforge was built on a mountain, on the mountain as she turns around, from an asteroid that came down,
Yeah,
blew
shut
out
up.
the top of the mountain. Giants of the past came there, used the ore from the asteroid and built the Starforge itself. That's what gives it its magical powers. The one thing that they did that was good was protect the lands from the acid of the Starforge. While this ore is excellent for forging, it is also deadly. There are
You
rune
see, this
stones. Go
this
ahead.
is why folks shouldn't be fucking around with metal. Metal poisons the environment.
That is true. As she looks at the giant 8 foot tall monstrosity.
I know what I said.
Um, there are rune stones that they had created to contain the acid from the Starforge. We believe that one of these rune stones is broken and the acid is leaking into the lake and down through the rivers.
Uh, yeah,
You
that's
might be
that
able to
sucks.
repair
That
it.
sucks something I had. I'll take a look at it when I get there.
That would be wonderful.
Um, just so I have a rough idea. Yeah, we're losing the accent. Fuck. Just so I have a rough idea of what's going on with it. Um, how big are these rune stones?
Good question. Do they say? Doesn't give a dimension for the rune stones. It does talk about how tall the pillars are that they are on. But they haven't been close enough to actually measure them. But she would say that they're quite large pillars. They have
Yeah.
four pillars.
Yeah, if my knowledge of what I learned is anything correct, I either need a new medium to fix it, or I don't know, maybe I can fix the one that's there. Got a chisel, can work on it that way. But yeah, it just depends on the source of the magic.
Do you have mason tools?
Yes, it's part of my kit.
Okay. So then you'd be able to repair a runestone with mason tools.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I'm still gonna stick
With
to
a-
the statement.
with a
With
check,
a
of
roll,
course. But yeah.
yeah.
The roll is
I mean-
27.
I wouldn't expect it to be for free.
83.
You have to nat 20.
You actually
Yeah,
can't with
so-
a nat 20.
She would say that those mason tools would most likely be able to repair it. But they also might have rune stones, to switch it out with, potentially.
Hey, is this runestone made from the same rock that fell from the sky, or is this just, I can pick up a bloody rock, carve a symbol, and throw it in place?
That would be for somebody smarter than I about rune stones.
There's shit.
If you don't know, nobody knows, man. Do a check. See if you can do a check.
I'd like to check and see if I
Yeah.
would know that.
Um,
I'm assuming an Arcana roll.
yeah, because it's magical.
Seems fair.
18.
Ooh, that's a decent roll, man.
So if based on the information she's telling you that the water, the Starforge acid is being contained by these rune stones, it's most likely not made by the same material the forge is made out of, but whatever
Yeah.
the rune stone is actually empowered with to resist acid.
Figure it out when I get there. Nature always provides.
At least you're consistent.
I have no doubt you will succeed if
Yeah,
you
that or if I
are
get up,
able to make
either
it
way.
that far. Anybody else questions for Diasma currently?
I don't think I have any.
I run my course.
I'm good.
Touch?
I'm just the vibe.
Okay. So I think here's where we'll end it. I actually thought we would actually get through all the challenges and then we would have to stop it there. But you guys did a lot, which I'm completely fine with. And next time we'll pick it up. Not sure we'll complete it within the next session. It depends on how much RP and then how much
Oh,
stuff
we
we
have
branch
to play
off to go and
more
do.
D&D? Oh, no.
Yeah,
Kiss my
I think that was
dude.
the whole.
Graphic.
I think Rick just told everyone before, just like, listen, I really want Fred to DM some stuff
Yeah,
again.
as if
just
I said
take
that.
it as
I'm
long
not gonna lie,
as
I
you
was
can.
really worried that I was gonna be like the only one fucking RP in the beginning because I had that
That's
whole
right.
bit planned about buying everyone drinks and getting as much information as I could, but thankfully everyone stepped up. So
Yeah,
Well, there's
no,
always
that was
one
good.
person who's like, I'm gonna start it, and then everyone else is gonna join
Well,
in. You have that energy.
yeah. Well, it was okay. I have that energy. The problem is I'm playing two different characters, and the sister pushed the brother into. You have to go get info because I can't talk. Hence
Yeah.
the opening comment of I hate this part.
Yeah, it's fine. It works. It works.
So yeah, I had something planned. I figured, the least I could do as a player for Fred is find a way to open, get things
Yeah.
started. So,
I mean,
Well, that's the
my
biggest.
Emery's liquor is water.
dude, I'm so glad that you were.
Is this the second
Oh,
coming
so
of
good.
Welshie?
It was so good. I'm so glad
Are
that
you
you had
sure?
such an
'Cause this is-
easy hook. You had an
No,
easy hook to
'cause-
grab.
'cause,
You want my
Welsh-
drinks? Here, take my drinks.
Welshie would have just
Ugh.
not left the tavern and maybe killed people with his own brew.
Oh God, fair. But yeah, no, that
So-
was very good.
Just as a foreshadow,
Ooh.
this is going to be the map for the lava field.
Ooh.
Obviously, we have start point and end point. This whole thing is
Are you
like
showing it
the
somewhere?
beginning looks the
So, just as a
the
question.
middle looks red, but it's all lava field, right?
Yeah. So, just as a question, what is the challenge here? Because I might have something that you need to think
Carry a
about.
boulder.
This is carry the 200
This is the
pound
carry
boulder
Okay, but there's
across 150 feet, no dashing.
Hmm.
Can I throw it?
You have to. The
It's
boulder
carry.
can't touch the ground.
It said the boulder
So
can't
yes.
touch the ground.
So you could throw it in the air, and as long as you catch it, wherever
Which
it
is no
is,
dashing.
then
Yeah,
you're
it's
good.
fine. I throw it to Harrison, who's on the other side. It squishes him. I pick him up. I do lay on hands. There you go. It never touched the ground.
That doesn't sound like camaraderie, Hutch.
It works.
Sweet Christ.
So, if I
I
do-
doubt. Well, you could do that. That is a thing you could do.
There's gotta be other ways.
Like
around
I
it.
said, if that's what you think your character will do, you play that out. I'll tell you what happens.
No, my character wouldn't do that.
So,
It's too lawful
I
for
just sent you something. What does teleport define for you?
Okay, Rick.
So if I was binded by the irons of binding that you used and I teleported, they'd go with me by my judgment. Does that work with a boulder?
I mean, it's not an organic.
Part of the challenge.
That's the whole point. Is the organic is what doesn't go with you, though, right? You can't
Right.
teleport another
That's what I'm saying.
person, yeah. But an object or an item, that's what becomes questionable.
Well, you can. Your echo only goes what 30 feet, right?
I can spawn my echo 15 feet out and move it 30 feet from there, but it can only be within 30 feet of me as well.
So you
And if
can
your
only
echo
have it
takes
go
one
out.
I
hit,
can
30
only
feet.
have it go 30 feet from me at most. Yes.
Yeah.
And
and
if
then
your echo
swap
takes 1
places.
point of
Correct.
damage while holding a boulder, it immediately drops to the ground.
Also correct.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna enlarge.
No. Here's the thing. It's not about it holding the boulder, though, Chris. Can I summon it on the other side of the lava field while holding the boulder myself, then teleport to its location? Teleport.
So
Well, it's 150 feet wide, so you'd only be able to go 30 feet at a
okay.
time.
Then yes, absolutely. So it would be more about being able to create platforms of some sort somehow.
yeah,
Okay.
so Fred specified at the beginning of this explanation is that it looks like a lava river, but the whole field is lava.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I just didn't realize it was supposed to be
Well-
150 feet wide.
So, yeah. So let me see. So that way
I
you
see it-
guys,
I see it
you
as,
guys know this.
40 or so.
Yeah, this is.
I can't see the map.
Ruler.
With
You-
the topic of
Refresh your page.
teleportation, though,
Oh, it's only
Like, what
85.
about
I gotta
Misty
redraw these
Step?
lines.
Misty
Like,
Step.
could I-
Misty
Oh, yeah.
Step is also teleportation in the same effect, but it also I think is limited to 30 feet. Same issue I have.
it is. Yeah.
So if the
I mean,
river is
pass off?
truly so wide that it is 140 or whatever, then neither of us are going to be able to.
I'm just gonna enlarge, reduce, and just keep going.
I'd reduce the pebble.
That actually is
Yeah.
a great idea.
Put it in
nothing-
someone's
nothing
pocket.
said.
Can you?
There. It's
Nothing said
160
you
feet
could?
wide.
You cause a creature or an object you can see with it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would be an object.
You
It's a boulder.
absolutely could. Yeah.
Now keep in mind that only lasts for a minute,
I mean-
though, so you'd
Yeah,
have to get
yeah,
across that
exactly.
in a
You have
minute.
60
But
seconds.
he can
Right.
fly, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, but that's
There's
not
no
the way
flying
the
and no
challenge
dashing.
works.
Yep, that is correct. That is true. Fred did mention that.
Can they be thrown?
It's not flying and it's not dashing, so probably.
Like a person?
Yeah.
No, the object. I think he means if he
No, no. Well,
if
yes,
he
both.
reduces
Small
the pebble
pebble.
and throws it.
Or can I throw the person holding the pebble?
I mean, you could throw whatever you want, like as long as you can physically throw them.
Harrison, how much do you weigh?
220 pounds.
I could yeet you pretty far.
You can yeet me 150 feet.
I can get close to it, and I could get closer than throw you the rest of the way.
I mean, I'm probably the smallest, and like you could toss me, and then I could teleport another 30 feet.
Yeah.
Like, and that could possibly work depending on how far you can yeet me. So at least I'm the lightest.
To yeet or not to yeet? This is the
So-
question.
You can only throw 300-pound such.
I know.
So,
Yeah, as long as the
just
boulder's
so-
small enough.
But
Do we have a
it's
si-
300 minus
do we have a
whatever
size
is in
on
your
the
inventory
boulder?
currently.
I'm assuming it's
I don't know how
person
many size.
size. Like, is this going to be like a large size creature, a small size creature? Like, what's the actual shape of the boulder?
I mean, 200 pounds. I would assume that it's going to take up a 5-foot square.
Yeah, I'm actually
okay, so it's
I'm
a
actually going to
medium
be
size.
kind
Okay.
of upfront
Yeah.
to the group here. If we have to physically carry this, I'm actually out of the running. I cannot do that.
Same.
I have a way that might work, but
I
I'm
can
gonna
straight up
save
carry it. It's fine.
I'm gonna save it for
I
when
can
we
only
get there.
carry 180 pounds, and I'm at
Well, no.
135,
We-
so
we-
I
we just-
cannot take an extra 200.
Hutch is the best one for it, so we let Hutch go and do it.
No,
Yeah,
all
you guys just
anyone.
run
No,
off
no,
the
no, no,
bat.
no, no, no. Anyone who can should. Anyone who can make the roll needs to be trying. It's just more an issue of I physically cannot, so I probably can't do the roll. But if only 3 of us can do it, then all 3 should, because at least that's 3
it's
different
more
rolls.
chances.
Yeah,
And you can also then you could buff whoever has the best chance.
right. If you have any ability to, absolutely agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody has any spells that can increase strength, right?
Even something
That
like guidance, even if it's just something that it adds an X number, a D4 or whatever to a roll, yeah, it still would work
Yeah.
fine. So
But yeah, so that
Are we
that
allowed
whole
to? Are we
Go ahead.
allowed to mess with the lava at all?
so it the whole lava field is a smooth tack of hardened lava that still smolders with intense heat. That's what I'll give you for information right now.
Okay.
So
Um,
Harrison, I would probably tell you if there's something you think you can do magically, there's no reason to not at least try.
Yeah.
And the only thing I was thinking about is I have most of the stuff that was like until my next turn.
Okay.
Like what though?
Absorb elements, absorb elements, shield. The only mess with the lava thing would be like tidal wave.
I guess
Would be
it's
to
up to
try to
Fred.
cool it.
Yeah, that's up to Fred. But honestly, I think absorb elements might not be a bad call if there's a way that you can at
The
least
only thing is
two.
it's
That's
the
basically
spell-
2 turns because the activating turn and the next turn.
It's a reaction. To
True. Yeah. But still, essentially, basically what happens is the second you walk into the lava, the reaction activates. So
Yeah,
till the
that's-
end of that turn, plus the damage till the start of your next turn, I think is how it works. Is all. So specifically if starting in the lava does damage, you would be able to negate at least half that damage. So you would take reduced damage for walking into it and reduced damage for starting in it, which is pretty good in my opinion. It's something. It's better than others who can't. So
Are you able to put a circle around yourself like you could in Roll20?
in aura, if you right click yourself, yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at. I have 2 auras that I have to
It's something I actually looked at because
put on.
once we start
They're just
fighting, I am
active.
going to have to be very conscientious about 30 feet around me.
Yeah, I have 10 feet of. You can't be frightened, and you.
Bonus plus
Yeah,
something.
I have
to
a lot of. There's a
saving
lot of
throws.
bonuses. Yeah.
I gotta go because I need to go walk the dog. And
Absolutely, man.
She's looking at you longingly.
She looks at me longingly all the time because she just wants to go to bed. She wants to go cuddle.
I feel that. Challenge.
map.
This has water effects. Oh no, I gotta turn my volume down.
Yeah, I'm turning that down for you guys.
I like the white noise. That was my tinnitus.
There, that's better. Hopefully it turned down for everybody.
No,
Or no?
off.
it was only you, my dude.
Oh, so yeah, it
No,
goes
it
to sound.
turned off completely for me.
No, for me it's still going. I'm gonna turn it down, but it's good to know.
So
Okay,
this is the waterfall map, obviously, right?
Yep.
And you guys would be standing on the wooden posts that I had to draw tiny circles.
Beautiful.
Obviously, it's not going to be scale there on that part of the map, but
I'll be right back.
Goodbye.
that's the waterfall map. And then we would do the cliffside thing. We're just gonna like line up along the walls here because I couldn't find a good map for, like a front facing
No,
of a
this
cliff
is-
that we
this
could
is-
do.
This is
I
cool
mean,
though.
What do you mean
This
you
is
couldn't
really
find a good
cool.
map? This is
This
a
looks
beautiful
great.
map.
Yeah, this looks great, dude.
Yeah, it's a good one for the waterfall, right? But
Oh, in general, it's good. That's really sick.
But yeah, I like how they have live maps, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
These are all, so you can, using above VTT, you can use your own maps, you can use D&D maps, and then you could use like above VTT's maps where they had somebody make these,
Gotcha.
and
Yeah.
people post them up. Because they probably make their own maps, so they're all like named after them. So you could probably look them up and then buy map packs and stuff from those people, those artists. But yeah, so this is going to be our waterfall area. Which, if you guys have questions on that, let me know. Or the rope climbing.
I think
Again,
honestly, I think you gave us more than enough time during my panache that if we'd had questions on any of this, we had time. So
Yeah.
the one thing I did want to read is opponents and conduct on the fireside giant wrestler competes. One fireside giant wrestler competes in each contest against any character who partakes. So if all 5 of you are in it, then there's there's 5 more competitors.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So that
Okay.
might be the only downfall to having everyone
No. That's actually a
compete.
really good point because it lets us know. So I guess going back to what you had said, there's how many trials? 4?
3.
3. Just
3.
the 3.
3?
Okay.
Oh, there's 5.
So it's the carry the stone trial. It's the waterfall
Yep.
trial. What's the third?
Going up the cliffside on the rope.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's like
Climbing.
on.
So
Yeah, climbing up the rope.
Can we kind of assume it's like a strength, a fortitude, and a dexterity sort of thing?
Sure, you can assume that.
We can assume it. Doesn't mean anything. All right. So let's put it this way. I think we have, clearly we have time to talk about it.
Yeah.
But if it comes down to there is one competitor for every one person who is involved, for the strength one, we should probably only have at a minimum 3 of us because it seems like Sarah and myself both have already kind of admitted we're not strength really based characters. Like it's probably not a great idea. Like I physically cannot carry the stone across, and it sounds like she couldn't either. So maybe it's better to just have 3 of us compete, so you're only worrying about competing against 3 others as opposed to 5. Because we would inherently fail. We cannot carry the stones. So
I would look at buffing whoever your I would say 2 strongest.
maybe if that's an option, Fred. Does it ultimately, like, if we buff someone, does that make it 3? Does that person then become involved, or is it ultimately only the people that actually are truly doing the challenge?
Okay, so let me finish reading this, and then maybe that will answer your question.
Absolutely.
Purposely dealing damage to another competitor immediately disqualifies the attacker.
Okay.
Other forms of interference, such as tripping or distracting, are permitted, but are considered poor play. Using magic and supernatural abilities is not allowed, but expected.
So essentially, we can try, but we have to hide it.
I read it more as like it was never planned to, but people do it anyways, and there's no rule against it.
No. Not allowed. So if it is determined that we
Oh, I'm
did
sorry.
that,
I'm sorry. I
Go ahead.
read that wrong because I'm an idiot.
No, you're fine, man. Dude.
Okay.
Trust me, you are
is
fine.
not only allowed, but expected.
Okay, yeah.
That
so we
changes
should
it.
Man, when you
Quite a bit.
exclude a word, it just
When it is a word that is like that, yeah, that changes the meaning entirely. Okay, so we can. So yes, it sounds like ultimately, if it's a challenge, we don't think it's better to have more people, but it's better to buff the few. That's probably the better bet. Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
I have the unfortunate business of being very strong and very acrobatic.
That's not
and
unfortunate.
cannot-
That doesn't.
and
It
cannot
just
bu-
sounds like
and-
it means that you're a good candidate for multiple trials.
and I cannot buff really anyone for it. I feel really bad.
That's
I'm looking
okay.
at my
Who cares?
look at my spells, and I'm like, oh man, I
Who
can't.
cares? I mean, at the end of the day, I can. Fred basically told me I get advantage on everything because me and Aura can both try something, but I can't even help on the first one. If you want to talk about useless, right? At least you can try. I can't. I
Yeah.
cannot carry the stone. So at the end of the day, we're just going to have to utilize what strengths we have.
you
And
have
it's good to know that
spells that
if
can
we
help?
can use spells, then we should probably minimize the number of players we use for the sake of having the challenges be, less people rolling against us, but maximize magical influence. We'll figure it out over the next week, but I think that's definitely doable with our party. So
Yeah, I'm just looking at my spells. I got nothing.
look at your spells. Harrison should have spells. Chris should have spells. Sarah might have spells. I think I'm the only one who does not have magic. So, but I have at least another player, another character who can help me.
No,
So.
I looked through all the characters when you guys created them,
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, if that's what you want to be, that's
If
gonna
that's
suck.
what you want to be. Oh no! But either way, man, we have
This man
so
picks chef.
ultimately we have a week. We have a general understanding of I think what we have to face, and if there's something that doesn't work, Fred will tell us. But otherwise, let's use the week to be creative, right? So
I think we get through it.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I picked a very focused character and a
no,
focused
no.
background.
Don't feel bad. At the end of the day, if you can make a roll to try one of these challenges, you're still helping. I can't do it on the first one, right? So at the minimum, I'm only at best 66% effective on what we're doing. So anything you can do, right? Anything you can do. Kind of how it is.
Why can't you carry it? I'm just curious.
I physically don't have the ability to carry that
Strength's
much
not
weight. Yeah. I can only carry 180 pounds, I think I said.
Yeah, somebody else can only carry like
so-
185.
Yeah,
How do
I
you-
can
how do
only
you know
carry
that?
180
You
pounds.
can carry 165 pounds.
My inventory is currently at 137 pounds, so even rounding down to 135, I cannot carry 200 extra pounds. I
I mean, you could drop your
physically can't.
backpack too. It's not like a.
I could, but my backpack I actually don't think has the majority of the issues. It's weapons, it's armor, bolts. At the end of the day, yeah, it's one of those things. I didn't design my character to be a strong character. If it's a strength challenge, I will. So
Yeah, I have max strength. So.
no, totally good. It means that you have a good advantage for it. You're just
May
covering.
not-
You're covering for my weakness. Who gives a
Yeah,
shit?
I
You know,
mean-
honestly, I like this setup.
So-
we're looking forward to something that I think is very interesting.
So, Rick, how about this? So, okay,
Can Aura and I both
and-
try and carry something together?
right. So, well, that's the thing, right? and I was thinking about that, and what I would say is, no, you're two separate competitors
Entities, yeah.
entering it. Now, can you both carry? Well, I guess she takes the same exact stat blocks as you.
It is such a gray area, dude. She
I
uses the
guess.
same stat blocks if it's a saving throw, but she doesn't technically have an inventory of her own. She just utilizes whatever I have. All right, let's see here. Bonus action to magically manifest an echo of yourself in an unoccupied space. You can see within 15 feet of you. Echo lasts until it's destroyed. You dismiss it as bonus action and you manifest another. Echo has an AC of blah, 19 if you care, 1 hit point, immunity to all conditions. If it has to make a saving throw, it uses your bonus for the roll. It is your size. It occupies its space. If the echo is ever more than 30 feet from you, it is destroyed. The echo can be used in the following ways. You can mentally command it to move up to 30 feet in a direction of your choice, no action required. As a bonus action, you can teleport, magically switching places. When you take the attack action, you can make an attack originate from your echo space or your space. When your creature you see within 5 feet of your echo moves at least 5 feet away from it, you can use it to make a reaction, to make an opportunity attack. So I guess technically I can't do object interactions with it by that definition. So I don't know, maybe it doesn't count.
Alright,
Yeah, but
I'm learning
you
about it.
can. I mean, you're holding
Anything
them.
anything I can do from my space can technically originate from the echo space by that, but at the same time, I don't know that's the same thing as
Good night, Harrison.
I don't know.
Good night, guys.
have a good
Later.
night.
That was fun spooning the dog.
I'll look into it
One way or
as
the
well.
other. Yeah,
A little more.
one way or the other.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Can anyone else pick this thing up besides me? As like a side note?
Yes, I think others can carry it.
I just looked through
uh,
everyone else's sheets
yes.
and no one else can carry above 200 pounds.
How much does the boulder weigh?
200 pounds.
The boulder itself weighs 200.
If I strip and take everything off, yes.
Well,
I
you
can.
also have the alternative option of potentially turning into something, right?
Oh no, I
Yeah.
know what I'm gonna do for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
All,
having
all,
sex
all I'm,
Yeah.
sa- all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you have actually your character has alternatives.
Chris probably has the most different ways.
Right.
to
Yeah.
Carry it.
One of them
Yeah.
has already been shot down, so I can't use the one I wanted to use, but I've
Sure.
got other options.
But yeah, I
no,
actually
I
agree with
like
Fran.
that one the most. I think because
I
I
think
didn't
the
even
first-
think of that.
You can wild shape.
The first option was my first one I wanted to use.
Which was what?
Yeah.
That's for me to know.
If it's not gonna work, you might as well mention it.
I was gonna put the boulder and myself in a watery sphere and float across.
That's brilliant. That's awesome.
That's really good.
But I was told that I have to physically carry it across, so that one was kiboshed.
Yeah. But you can turn it into something
So
that might
can
have a
you-
good advantage for it.
So
What can you
you
wild
can't.
shape
It doesn't
into?
allow you to move the sphere, does it?
That does.
It does. You can move the sphere.
It hovers
How-
10 feet off the ground, and I
Oh,
can
you can move it 30 feet in a straight line.
What if
That's
I'm carrying the
amazing.
sphere? What if I'm carrying the thing and I'm inside the sphere? You just move me.
It's the same as if he was moving himself. If Fred determines
So-
that Chris can't do it to himself, he can't do it to another, I'd imagine.
Well, that wouldn't make any sense. Putting
Well,
it.
maybe if
in
like he can't
the
carry it
water.
and cast at the same time is like what it would be.
Just
That's the only-
I'm in the sphere. I'm hugging the rock, and
That's-
it's moving us both across. That was
Yeah.
my idea, but it was already shot down. I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah,
the point.
because
Right.
you're it's like you technically don't have feet on the ground, right?
if
Is
my
that the
feet need to be
stipulation?
touching the ground for this challenge to commence, then I can't use the dragon summon either.
Is there anything
Why
in
not?
lava that has?
Because
to
I
be-
would sit on the dragon while the dragon's got the rock over its head with my hands on it.
Oh, okay. You were thinking of doing it that way.
Yeah, so I have to go with plan 3 here, because plans 1
Yeah,
and
but
2 are both
strength
technically.
of 19. I guess. Yeah, I guess you could be on top of it. That would.
Well, he also.
Are
he
you
also
100
has a-
pounds?
How much do I weigh?
Yeah.
Character plus inventory, usually.
Well, I take off my inventory. I weigh 120 pounds.
So yeah, I don't think a strength of 19 could
No,
carry
a strength of 19 should,
320
I think.
pounds.
Is it a dragon that you're talking about? Because they have
It's a
the.
spiritual dragon.
Well, they might have the plus size block thing with the.
It's
Yeah, let's
strength
do
score
5e.
multiplied by 15.
Strength score by 15.
So
Well, hang
if
on
you have a
sec.
strength of 19 times 15, right?
The dragon can carry 285 pounds. So
Yeah,
with that,
so-
the boulder and myself, that would not work.
Right.
Oh,
so
no,
that's
no,
why I
no,
was
hold on,
thinking
though.
it the way I was
Your
saying.
weight. Hold on. Are you turning into a dragon or are you summoning a dragon?
No,
I am
it's
summoning a
summoning.
dragon.
Yeah, then that would
Does
not
the
work.
dragon? Hold
Yeah.
up. Does the dragon not get like how you have like power for build? Doesn't it have any of that?
It
Oh,
doesn't
that's
have
fair.
that
Is
as
it-
a-
what
doesn't
size is it?
have-
No,
It's a
no.
large-sized creature.
But a large.
Then-
That means a large sized creature generally has higher
a-
carrying capacity. He's
It's
correct
a
on that.
times.
Times something. I
It's-
don't remember what off the top of my
It's
head.
times 20, I think, instead of 15.
No way. It's not times
No,
20.
it's not times 20. Yeah, D&D 5e.
Whatever it is, it's plus 5 on the
large
D&D.
size.
With enlarge
carry.
reduce, you double your carry capacity.
Is that what it is?
If that's
So-
going up a size.
Double. Yes, that is correct. A carrying capacity doubles for each size it increases.
Okay, so there you go.
285
You could do
285 times 2, essentially.
yeah. So you'd be able to sit on top of it and have it walk across.
We don't
Yeah.
just walk
Cool.
through the lava? Like, what's wrong with just walking through lava? I'm just gonna take some fire damage, right?
No. I don't think anyone's problem is taking the fire damage from walking through lava. The problem is being able to carry and do that at the same time.
I mean, look, if you guys can just keep me alive while I hold this boulder above my head.
Keep you.
There-
You're a
I
pally.
already have-
You're the only person who might have any healing on our
I think
fucking
that is-
team.
He doesn't have a single healing spell.
He has lay on hands. He has to as a pally.
Well, yeah, he has that, but
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
but I
think.
didn't pick it. My character
has
was
anything else.
focused on one thing.
And people forgetting the
Fighting.
druid that accidentally listed I
That
had
is fair.
regeneration
That is
on
fair.
the list.
That is
Yeah.
true.
I also
That is
I also
fair.
have revivify, so That's healing, right? Right, Fred?
But
That's healing.
in any case,
Revivify?
so,
Yes, that's
Revivify.
healing.
so in any case, my dragon idea might work. So I'm
Yeah.
at least game to do the race.
It might.
Yeah, very well
Yeah.
might. Well, and here's the thing. At the end
Um,
of the day, again, what it comes down to, at least in my player opinion, is we should try and field anyone who believes they can actually have
I can
a
compete
decent
in all
advantage
three.
on the roll. Yeah, that's probably true. But at the same time, we should not include anyone who's just like a potential. We should probably make sure that we're, if 3 of us have the ability to carry the rocks and 2 of us don't, then let's just do the 3 roll instead of having 5 roll against us and 2 of us automatically fail. You know what I mean? Make sure that we're doing it right. That's all I'm saying.
We do as we do.
yeah, so that's the prizes. The one thing that I'm surprised nobody asked was why is the tavern called the Purple Bucket?